Alright. Who are we waiting on? Cori, are you here? Nexan?
Yes.
If I can't hear you. Go into your settings and hit the reconnect button. I have twice. Oh, issues. Okay. It's alright. It happens. We'll get through it.
Gotta love technology.
I can hear you, Cori.
I can't hear Cori.
Me either.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. There you go.
Yes.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Just Thomas and Nexan.
No, I can't hear you, Nexan. Why? Because I can't record through Discord. I'm not tech savvy enough to figure that out yet. I can hear his voice now. Why not use Discord? It's been working so far.
You can always use QuickTime to do a screencast. But I guess that would show the DM side of things, and maybe you don't want to do that.
Say again. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, you can use like QuickTime to do is like a screencast where you can record sound and your screen. But
Oh, yeah,
I was
that's-
thinking,
Yeah, that's
Probably you
what
don't
I'm
wanna-
using now. Because the thing is, I know through Google Hangouts, I think it is. Oh wait, were you talking about Discord?
no, QuickTime.
QuickTime.
It's
Oh,
just
okay. I'm sorry. All right.
Like on the computer, it's not tied to the
Okay.
video chat.
Hey, I just got audio in from Thomas.
Hello.
Hey, we got Thomas.
We got Thomas. Tommy's in the house.
Now Nexan. You can do it, Nexan.
You can do it. We need you here.
We believe in you.
We need you now. You are the only cleric in the group.
Fucking gun.
Right.
What
Next
browser
time
are you using?
Well, I hear you, but Roll20 isn't accepting my mic, though I did it 5 minutes ago. Try hitting the reconnect button.
Or quit out and open it back up. Did you turn it off and turn it back on again?
This is stupid.
It's like we're reading through the tech support, the list.
Yeah.
The IT handbook.
Like, is it plugged in, sir? Did you make sure that that computer was plugged in?
You make sure it was turned on before you try doing this.
Okay, great. Yeah, we're just running through a list. Don't worry, we'll get it figured out.
Did you disconnect from the Discord?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Hit me one more time. Oh, hit it one more time. Doesn't help. All right, that's a bummer. How do you feel about just like texting everything that you do and I'll read it in your voice? Great. Okay. No, let's see. You know the amount of text I have, so no. All right. Let's see. So, do you not have a microphone at all? Can you sign into Roll20 through your phone and use your microphone there? Can you try that? I can't record on Discord. I don't know how to pick up the audio yet.
Turn off your Discord mic, because it might be confusing. Roll20.
into maybe bowling or something? Are you serious? Right now? Ugh.
Oh, are you serious? Someone's bowling. Yeah, you can just do the push to talk if you got a lot of stuff going on in the background.
Hi guys, I'm sorry I went bonkers. The catching sound made me realize that you were.
I'm gonna bonk Nexan. Get off the Discord chat and see if that makes your mic work on Roll20.
Oh, you still see him in there?
Yes.
Okay, let me type it out just in case. Let's see, sign out of Discord chat.
Well,
See
I'm
that
also
one.
on the Discord, and I'm in here as well. So I
Yeah,
don't
but
think...
your mic is muted and his is not.
Good point.
Okay.
To those of you that are watching, we're experiencing a little technical difficulty. We're still figuring this out. Bear with us. Look at the pretty map. And the game will be starting shortly. In the meantime, take a look at our Facebook page. Facebook.com/the D20 You get to see some of the cool stuff we come up with. Different maps. One-shot ideas. There's a little DM's journal. There's free maps to use on Roll20 and Fantasy Grounds. Share the page. Give us a like. Yes, we have a Facebook page. Well, the D20 Initiative does, yeah. Yep. Go into typing. Let me try something. I hope this doesn't sound horrible. I'm gonna jump into the D20 chat on my phone and see. Oh, he's not in there now. Cori, you are super low. All right. All right, Nexan, jump back into the Discord chat. I'm gonna see if I can hold you up next to the microphone, or at least hear you somehow. Just gonna type. Okay. You want to try jumping on Discord? We're gonna give it a shot. Yeah, unmute yourself on Discord.
So does that help out for the volume?
Yeah.
You sound good. Yeah, Cori, you sound good.
Yeah, a lot better.
Thomas, unmute your microphone through Discord. Say something. I want to hear you.
How do I go to push talk on the computer?
Oh wow! Somebody just talked through my microphone. That was weird. Do it again.
Who is that?
Can everybody else hear that?
I
Yeah.
heard that.
Yep. Heard it loud and clear.
Thomas, was that you? Or Nexan? Is that Nexan? Nexan, is that you? Can I hear you? I don't know.
Super strange.
This is super strange. Who is that? Nexan?
Yeah, I think so.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
I can hear you.
Everybody else can hear you too. All right, that's awesome. So that's one. Thomas.
Yes.
All right, we got Tommy in here. We're good. I don't know what's going on, but it's working. So,
Push talk on Discord via computer.
okay,
So-
you do whatever you gotta do, but it's working right now. So we are going to start the game. Anybody have any questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool. I guess. Well, hopefully, whoever we have one person watching us in Twitch. Whoever you are, can you tell us if you can hear everybody? Thank you. You can't hear Eric at all. Here, no, I'm not talking through Discord. I'm talking through Roll20. Yes, I am muted on Discord. Talk. Whatever you were doing before was fine.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Alright, cool. I got my stuff ready.
Okay, you're good. Okay, I'm assuming Thomas is in here. Don't hear you on Roll20. You don't hear me on Roll20, really?
You can hear everybody else.
You hear everybody else. That's not good. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I can hear you, but I don't hear anyone else.
You don't hear anybody else. All right, everybody hit the reconnect button one more time. This is weird. I don't know why it's doing that. That's so weird. Okay, and then we'll do a sound off one by one. Cori. Cori, are you there? Hello, Cori. No? Dara. Dara,
Yeah.
can you hear me? Okay. Nexan, can you hear me? No Cori, no Nexan. Vath, can you hear me? No Vath. Thomas?
Hello?
Thomas, can you hear me?
Yes.
Alright, cool. Alright, what's going on with this? I have a weird internet connection. So, Nexan, Cori, Belfyre, are you there? Belfyre. Oh, why is this happening? It's just a D&D game. That sucks. Alright, can you guys hear me now?
I'm good.
I think you're the only one though. Who else is in here?
Dara.
Tom.
Okay, Darren, Tom, Cori, are you there?
He's restarting.
Okay. Let me restart too. My thing is frozen. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Hello, hello. Hello. Anybody here? Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
That's one, that's two. Who else is here?
3.
Dara's here. Alright.
4.
Belfyre's here.
Vath is here. Alright. Thomas and Nexan. Can you hear me? Oh no. Thomas and Nexan. Can you hear me?
Nexan says yes.
Loud and clear.
Alright, that was
Awesome.
Thomas. Okay. Did everybody hear Thomas talk?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was there an echo or anything like that?
No.
A little.
Okay.
Eric,
Yeah.
do you hear me in Discord?
I hear you in Discord. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Really?
Alright, we're gonna figure out how to make this work. I'm just gonna have to hit push to talk on Discord, and hopefully it won't be too bad. Alright, cool. So thank you everyone for joining us on this beautiful Friday evening, wherever you are in the world. And we're gonna get this started. Large echo.
Much better.
That's because you're on Discord.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Is it better?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
You guys could probably deafen yourself on Discord if you are hearing Eric twice over. From Roll20 and Discord.
Oh yeah, you might want to mute your speaker on Roll20 if you're using your Discord.
One or the other.
Alright, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Alright, so everyone is called by Guildmaster Baron Burglecut. And you're all brought to the same debriefing room. And he starts explaining different things. What am I missing? Groans. Are you getting me twice?
No,
Pretty
just
sure
just
that
the
was just an
meeting.
in-character ground.
The person we're meeting, I'm just like,
Oh, right. Oh, you don't like my NPC. Okay.
I have not said such a thing. I don't know where you got that idea.
You don't need to. I could feel it. I feel it through the interwebs. Alright, what's going on? I just gotta look at something real quick. Okay, so, you know, he... Oh, what's that noise?
I don't hear anything.
I don't know. Alright. Yeah, there's like coughing and a bunch of other stuff in the background.
Nothing on my end.
Alright, no worries. Alright, so you're all in the briefing room with the Guildmaster. Thank you all very much for coming in on such short notice once again. Our interest this evening is a rival guild within the city who has been organizing pit fights to somehow amass money for gold that we're not too certain of. We'd love for you all to go in there and figure out exactly what's going on. You're gonna have to participate in the fights and try and mask in with the crowd. We can't offer you any coin for this time, but there will be lots of things learned throughout this expedition this evening.
Such as what?
Say again?
What are you hoping to learn? Exactly.
Well, I'd like for you to be able to tell us exactly how they're doing this, what's involved, you know, and exactly maybe who's there. The thing is, we cannot get the guards involved because of a treaty between us guild members. We keep the law out of our business. Not that we necessarily do things that are of criminal nature, however, it's best to keep things under wraps.
Okay.
Well, Master, I've already spent some time to gather some knowledge. And I found out quite a few things.
Oh, that's
So
wonderful.
yes, it's a bit distracting. I'm hearing me through anyone's speaker. Okay, so those fights, they take place in different locations within the city. They switch the places to don't draw too much attention. One location is supposed to be the core city, one in the northern city, and one in the southern docks area.
That's very interesting, actually, because the one you are going to look at this evening is in Northtown.
Oh, good. I also found out that those fights are some kind of cover operation. They're trying to fund money for some kind of larger project. And there have been mentions that other guilds are a problem, so they are most likely to mean our guild.
So we're the other guild that they're worried about.
The fighters that participate get treated after the fights, and some of them get injections with some sort of medicine that I haven't figured out what it is.
Oh, that's very interesting, all this information that you are giving. Perhaps getting a sample of that medicine, if you could.
We can certainly try.
Yes, you can certainly try.
I also found out something about the fighters. They're humanoids for the most part. Sometimes they have beasts that fight and other things. They are set up in a tournament style, where they fight upwards towards the first place, and the loser is out. Most of those fighters are just brawlers from the streets. There have been a few casters around, and I've heard some names. One of those names is Kargath, which is a new deity of war and battle. What have we here? Yes, now for the contestants. There is Kem Lorak, a half-orc savage. We might recognize him by wearing the mutch, and he has lots of tattoos over his face and body. And he chants Blood Claw. Then there is Christina the Swift. She's an Elven martial artist with a unique style. She moves around a lot, and she uses arcane magic. And what I've heard, she's tougher than what she looks. The next one I've heard of is the Green Stormwind, which is actually a group of goblins that fight together.
A group of what?
They are
A group of
almost
goblins, he said.
guaranteed win.
Oh, goblins.
Excuse me?
No, don't mind me. I was just repeating what you said.
Sure, no problem. Like I said, they're almost a guaranteed win for any gamblers that place bets. Then there's a mysterious dark-skinned human female. She provides animals that are used in those fights. Then there's a half-elven gentleman with fair skin. He's always in the company of very attractive women. His name is Lord Grin. And the last one I've heard of is a dark-skinned dwerga named Boren Krega. He's a slave trader, and he sells warriors to those pit fights.
That's all very interesting.
So we might have a little heads up when we encounter one of them, because we kind of know how they fight. I don't know who of those might be present.
Well, definitely keep your wits about you and take as many notes as possible. Now remember, not all of you actually have to participate in the battles. Some of you can help outside of the battles. There's more to this than just getting inside of this little circle and beating the crap out of each other.
Alright.
But I trust you all to figure out the right thing to do when you get there.
Alright. Well, you seem to be pretty well informed in what we're heading into this time, which is a nice change of pace. So why don't we go ahead and get going?
Oh, this is going to be interesting because I guess Nexan can't hear Dara talk.
He can't?
Can you hear Dara talking or no?
I don't think that he can.
Say something, Dara.
Hi,
She's there.
Nexan.
She's like, hi, Nexan. But she didn't hear her say it. Hers was better. You're going to have to turn on Roll20 and get the sound through there for them. Maybe you can just mute the music or something. Or mute the music.
I heard. Okay, Belfyre was on Discord, right?
Correct.
I have no idea what's wrong. When I first plugged in the mic, everything was okay. Then Roll20 got stuck, I reloaded, and then nothing worked.
You had to reconnect again, right?
I did. I don't know if that helps.
Doesn't seem to work.
But can you hear the rest of us,
I
Nexan?
can hear you, Belfyre.
Okay. Hi.
How about me? Now I hear you.
What about me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yay!
Okay,
We did it!
great. Don't touch anything else. Desktop now.
Alright,
Awesome.
cool.
Nexan, how did you scout ahead?
So you were able to hear what I was saying, okay?
Yeah.
When I was telling all the information.
Yes.
You hear her saying yes?
Hello?
I guess not. She was saying yes.
I got it all. Okay.
I'm getting a really weird connection with my internet. It's like Roll20 keeps freezing up.
My only problem is that I can't hear Eric now because he's muted again on Discord.
But I hit push to talk when I talk to you. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, so what would you all like to do? Oh, I'm getting a weird echo from somebody.
Seems to. Oh, yeah, you have to deafen Discord.
What kind of echo?
No, not from you.
Okay, cool.
So, question. Since we have everybody on Discord and everybody can get on Discord and you can just route it to your computer, can we all just jump into Discord and you just put it to your speakers?
Yeah, I guess we can try that. I don't know how it's gonna record, but yeah, let's try that. See if that works.
Okay, everybody to Discord.
Everybody to Discord.
So everybody to Discord, yes?
Yeah.
It's great because I wear 2 pairs of headphones right now.
I'm getting the weird echo. Alright, I'm gonna... No, I can't do that. Okay. Why is it doing that? Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, I need to reboot my Roll20 for some reason. I don't know why it's doing
Okay, you sound a lot better now.
So good to hear you again, guys.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thanks. Sorry for that inconvenience.
You should have been here for that debriefing. Substandard at best.
Alright, can
I can hear
everybody
you.
hear everybody now?
Echo's coming back.
So we're all here.
Yes?
Where's that? Is that echo coming from me?
Yep.
That's because I'm on the phone. Okay, hold on. What about now?
I
Go
don't hear
ahead.
any echo.
What about now?
Well, you can just turn off the voice receiving in Discord.
I'm on push to talk.
Yeah, but you have all our voices. That's what's causing it.
Oh yeah, now my mic is picking up your voices and playing through Roll20.
Yep.
Ooh, alright. Yeah, see that's why in order to record everybody has to be on Roll20. Alright, no worries. I don't know. We'll figure something out about the echo. Unless everybody's okay with hearing me multiple times.
Well,
I don't hear you multiple times.
I don't
we
hear.
can all hear.
Alright, whatever. We'll figure it out. Okay, so what would you all like to do?
Nexan seems to know what they're doing. Let's follow Nexan.
Well, I haven't actually been in all of those spots. I followed people around, overheard conversations and stuff like that. I haven't actually been in this northern district in the arena. So we're gonna have to look where it is actually located. But maybe I have a good guess. So if you want me to try and lead to search the arena, then I'll try for that.
You by yourself? Tempting. Probably not a good idea.
Not me alone. No, we're all together.
Why?
Why not?
Well, you have a band of what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5-ish people walking to an area that we know is already being guarded. What's the worst that can happen?
Oh.
Alright, it's going to be evening in game, or getting close to it. So whenever you arrive, it's going to be dark.
Okay.
Perfect. Well, just let me know. I will be in the corner just watching.
Is anybody looking to like disguise themselves in some way?
Nope.
This guy's what? All this? And I point to myself? Really? Why?
Well, if we're the enemy guild in this case, perhaps we don't want them to know our real faces.
His beautiful face should be seen by everybody.
I mean, it is gorgeous, but
Thank you.
you're
Of
welcome.
course it is. I do have a little powder if anybody needs to powder their noses. Maybe a little shine in their lips.
No thanks, I'm fine with my lips.
I wouldn't mind a little shine on my lips.
Lovely.
So, Eric, knowing some people that are involved in those fights somehow, would I be able to locate the exact spot where the arena in the Northern District is located?
Which district are you talking about?
Excuse me?
Which district are you talking about?
I didn't get the third word.
The district.
Which district?
Which district?
Northern. The Guildmaster said the...
Oh, Northtown.
Yes.
Yeah. Based on like the information that he can give and what you've seen, you have a really good idea of where it is. It's going to be like on the southeastern side of Northtown. Like there's like a patch of woods. You know, that's like really like, you know, suburban, kind of semi-rural. It's north of the cemetery, and it's going to be over there.
They're between the cemetery and North Town.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So, why don't we just head in this direction and check the situation?
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd like to be stealthy.
Sure.
You can try, but then I'll jangle my chainmail. I'm not very stealthy.
Maybe you should lead the group, dear.
Well, see, maybe I can do something about that. And I'll go over to Thomas, and I'm gonna touch his shoulder and grant him the blessing of the trickster. You know, I have advantage in stealth rolls for 1 hour.
Wait, advantage on stealth rolls for an hour? Is that right? It's not just like a D4 or something?
Oh, good.
Well, Dara, at least you're gonna make the rest of us stealthier.
Alright.
You guys, I am so sneaky.
I'm gonna look to her and just kind of pretend that I don't see her. Oh yeah, great.
I look very, like, satisfied.
I will remember you fondly.
Dara looks confused by the comment.
Alright, so on the map, Nexan, you can control the icon for the group that's in front of the guild hall. Just move the icon about, you know, half a mile at a time. I just want to see which way you go.
Okay, you gotta check the ruler. Where is it?
Oh, it's on the left side. It looks like a little circle with a comb in the upper right corner.
Upper right corner. No, meant the distance ruler.
Yeah, you know, in your toolbar. There you go. But you can move it and then...
Okay, you've set up, okay.
Yeah, so like move it and then right click. So I mean your options are... Hold on, I'll show you.
Yeah.
And hit no snapping. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just follow the road to do whatever.
Okay. Yeah, pretty much this route.
Okay.
It's Belfyre.
Alright. He probably decides to get drunk and wander the town instead.
Okay. Let's head over to the Merchant Square. I'm gonna have a bit of an eye if I see one of those faces that I have seen that are associated with this colony. Because maybe they are already spying on us. I'd like to know that.
All right. Let me get a perception check from you. And all right, the blessing of the trickster. What you do is you give them advantage on stealth checks. It lasts for 1 hour or until you use this feature again. So yeah, that's right. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Okay, a perception check.
Okay. Yeah, you're traveling through and you don't really see anything that makes you feel suspicious. You know, the market, the merchant square is pretty busy as it is. A lot of businesses are starting to shut down as it's getting darker. You know, and yeah, it's a pretty nice area. A lot of different types of businesses over here. Not so much like trades. This is more like things that are already made. You know, in the southeast, Artisan Alley is where stuff would actually be made. So like that's where the smiths are and the carpenters or whatnot. And then the merchant square is where it goes to get sold after it's already been produced.
So you're right, my fellow travelers. You see the Temple of Melandra.
Yeah, as you guys are wandering through this and it's starting to get dark, you know, there's like a service that's going on and people are starting to let out, you know, so they can go enjoy the sunset by the beach.
Okay, then let's cross the bridge to the outdoor market.
Isn't nature beautiful?
Outdoor market is going to be a lot of produce and a lot of like just random stuff that's coming off the ships. You know, so this is where you're going to find some more of the exotic stuff. There are a couple of like exotic animals that are available for sale, and you know, some like rare silks, things like that.
Up here?
Oh yeah, over here in the southern docks, it's, you know, a lot of ships are calling it for the evening, so they're either like unloading, you know, their final wear, so everybody can go and relax and enjoy their evening at the different like restaurants and, you know, taverns and whatnot in this area.
Cross the bridge to the Seaport Commons.
Alright, you cross over here and it's like this area is a lot more well-to-do. You know, it's not as haughty as the Lord's District, but a lot of the houses here, you know, they're taller, multiple stories. You know, the architecture is a lot more modern. You know, and this area is very, very quiet. You know, not too many people walking around, and this road that's going from east to west is actually like heavily guarded. There's a lot of just guards traveling back and forth on horseback, on foot, whatever. But there's a lot of guards in this area. Yeah, same deal. You know, this area is heavily guarded. You can see the guards taking note of your presence as you're walking through. They don't stop you or do anything, but you know, you can tell they definitely acknowledge you coming through the area.
Yeah, I'm going to wave at them. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
I'm just gonna keep an eye out to see if I don't know, if there's anything strange or anybody matching the description that Nexan gave us.
Alright, let me get perception from you. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, you're taking note of every face that you see come by you, and nobody matches any of those descriptions. What you do notice though is like this like brown house to the right of where you guys are on the map. This area seems very, very natural, you know, and like to the left of it, like the Elidor Estates, that's like a big preserve. There's some people who live in there who bought this piece of like property a while ago, and they keep it mainly as a national preserve. There's a lot of just wild birds and different like flora and fauna that's kind of dying out in the area, but they keep it here as like a botanical garden and a small zoo. That's kind of like, they don't like people going through it, but they understand, you know, like if you can enjoy it without damaging it, have at it. Like that kind of relationship with the locals.
Yeah, are the birds on the outside, or can I just see them like behind a wall or something?
No, there's no wall or anything. It's just like this forested area. They just roam freely through there, you know. It's just like a natural preserve.
I want to see if I can like get like a bird to come land on me.
How are you gonna go about doing that?
I'll just make like like a little whistling like bird sort of calls.
All right. Let me get an animal handling check.
Sure.
Let's go with DC 15. All right. Yeah. So you're there and you're trying to whistle and whatnot, and like a couple of different animals look at you, but you think because of the party you're traveling with, they maybe if you were by yourself, they might be a little more inclined to approach. But right now they're a little standoffish.
Okay, I just admire them.
All right. Yeah, you're crossing the bridge over here, and it's low tide. You can smell like, the salt and the silt coming off the ocean through these canals that have dropped a couple of feet by now.
Has it gotten dark yet?
Yeah, by the time you get to this area, the sun is pretty much down.
Okay, so you'll have to forgive me for a second. I was unable to hear during the debrief. We're looking for a hidden arena.
Yes.
Then, at this point, Cori wants to move ahead of the party and start stealthing through this area and looking for any people or signs of such thing, people traveling to this place, or maybe signs of people trying to keep others out.
Let me get an insight check. As you cross over to North Town, this part of the city is very like dark and gloomy. Most of the buildings have like black and gray roofs. It doesn't look dirty, but everything, I don't know, kind of has like a Tim Burton feel to it. Where it's just kind of like a semi-gothic kind of feel coming from this area of town.
Yeah, ignore that +4. Something was on that shouldn't have been.
Okay, no worries. You'll use a torch. You can't see. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, there were a couple of people with torches and lanterns walking around, to provide light. You do see a couple of people that are like kind of like there's a little like a trail that goes into the woods, and you see people that kind of look over their shoulders and then they go off into the woods. It's not like too deep into the woods where they're going. It's like kind of just behind these houses, like over here.
Okay.
Oh, is anything pinging? Can you see it? I can't see it on my screen.
I have no ping.
No.
Oh, that sucks. Okay. Let me refresh again. I wonder if Roll20 can handle this many players.
Roll20 is also having server issues at the moment.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
That might explain some things.
Yeah, when I had to reset it and go out of the game completely, when I went back in, it showed that it was having some sort of server issue.
All right. All
Well,
right,
I
cool.
definitely saw the ping that time.
Yes.
All right. So what are you all doing now?
Well,
Cori's taking the lead, so maybe he decides where we go next. For my part, I'll try to stay hidden within Belfyre's space, if that's possible. Halfling nimbleness and stuff.
Okay.
She's a big dragonborn. I think I can hide behind one of her legs, maybe.
All right.
well, I can stalk ahead a little bit and keep an eye on the path, and if you guys want to just follow the dancing light, it'll let you follow me discreetly.
All right, that works. Cori, you are. I got your mics on both places. I got it on Roll20 and Discord. Cool. All right, yeah. So you can make it through the woods. You pick up different signs of where like these people are traveling, and you all eventually find an area that you feel might be what you're looking for. All right. Let's see. Let me pull everybody's icons out. Belfyre, can you see anything?
No.
Okay. What about now?
I see too much.
Okay, hold on. Alright, Cori.
I don't see anything.
What about now? You gotta mute your mic on Roll20. Can you see it now?
I can see now, yeah.
Alright, cool.
I don't see anything though.
Alright, hold on, I'm getting
It's
everybody
my
up.
turn.
Dara, you're up there. Can you see?
Yes.
Alright, who else is here? Nexan. Nexan, do you have dark vision? Alright, Nexan.
Okay.
Okay,
Seeing
Vath.
something. Might be too much. Don't know.
Yes, I have dark vision.
Vath, do you have dark vision?
I don't.
Vath.
Yes, I have dark vision.
60 feet, right?
Yep.
Alright, can you see?
I see a whole lot.
Okay. Alright, Thomas, do you have dark vision?
No.
Alright, can you see? Okay, cool. Okay. Everyone, you can hear like some kind of commotion happening from just northeast of you. And what you see is what you see.
I think I see too much.
Same here.
Okay. What do you see?
Well, those big yellow spots. I think
Those are
braziers.
barrels. Yeah, those are
A lot of light.
those are barrels with like fire burning in them.
Yeah.
And you can all see, a bunch of people beyond those, like that little tree line to the right of you.
So, who is stealthing around?
Me, obviously.
Okay.
I am definitely skulking here.
I want to go straight up to them and try to place a bet.
Alright, everybody, can you move? What are you doing or no?
Belfyre's right leg moves, Nexan moves too.
Come on, little shadow. We're gonna play some bets.
Can you all move your toe? Okay, cool. Yeah, just go ahead and move your toes.
Oh, goodness. You know, my dog.
Oh yeah, you're inside of a tree.
Yeah. There's so many people who can't see anything. I'm gonna go right to the lady right next to me at the top and say, so, who's from waiting on?
It's like, oh, you got here just in time. Fights are gonna start soon.
Awesome.
Are you gonna fight tonight, or are you just here watching?
Oh, I got some money to burn.
Well, that's good to know.
So, who's playing tonight?
I'm not sure yet. We're just gonna have to watch.
Come come on, the last fight was much better than this.
So yeah, so you see a bunch of different people gathered around like in this little forest pocket area, you know, and there's you know, the northeast side, you know, you can see like this really big half-orc guy. He actually matches the description of somebody that was spoken about. Other than that, you're gonna have to just kind of look at tokens and tell me what you see. There's a mixture of all different types of humans. There's a couple of goblins in the lower left corner. There's a couple of dark elves here. You know, a couple of drunk people wandering around. Cori, that mic is on. Roll 20. How do you get that off?
I've got both of them set to disable.
Yeah, just reconnect and it should mute everything off. Okay, since the lovely lady up top of me didn't know what I'm talking about, I'm gonna talk to the lovely gentleman right below me and ask him, who's playing tonight?
If any luck, I'll be able to get in there. I can use a couple of coins or whatever to help fan my pockets up. Trade some bloody knuckles for them. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna look him up and down. Yeah, I could put a couple coins on you.
Yeah, that's a good bet. I have no idea. This is like my first time here.
Oh. How did you find out? I thought this was an exclusive club.
Well, how did you find out?
Why would I tell you my secrets?
Why would I tell you mine? He kind of gives you a weird look. He gives you a weird look, and he starts like cracking his knuckles in his hands. You know.
I don't care.
So you're getting in my head. Leave me alone. I got focus. And he kind of like steps away from you.
Very well.
Can I spot anybody that might be collecting coins, accepting bets?
Doesn't really seem like too much is going on right now. Everybody just kind of like talking like in each little group. They're all just like kind of talking to each other. You know, they're kind of excited. They're talking about, you know, this would be a good chance to get some money. You know, you see, let's see, where is everybody? We got Dara. 1, 2, 3. So everybody's together except for Cori. Okay. Cori, are you doing anything particular?
I'm just trying to keep myself a little hidden and watch what's going on and wait to see what we're doing.
Okay. Let me get a stealth check from you. What's that +1?
Oh, I think something's still...
It's guidance.
It's like you're adding a guidance or a bless or something.
Okay, I found it. It was hidden way away from my skill section.
Okay. No worries. Alright, so eventually, you know, after a few minutes of talking, this guy comes to the middle. Big half-orc guy. I mean, the guy is massive. Tattoos everywhere. Kind of looks around. He's like, welcome to the pit fights tonight. Who here wants to get their ass whooped? And he looks around, and people are like, you know, they're like clamoring and making noise. Like, oh,
Does anyone step up?
Thomas, do you not have a mic, or?
Thomas steps forward.
Oh, okay. He's like, alright, you here alone? You fighting by yourself, kid?
So what?
Yeah, you here alone? You fighting by yourself, kid?
I guess so. Cori steps forward and says, no, he's not.
Oh, look at you. You got little elf friends hanging out in the woods. What else you got with you? Alright, look at you. It's like a whole conclave of farm people and wood folk. Anybody else with you?
I'll join in.
Alright. I gotta say it again. Is there anybody else? Y'all just keep coming out one at a time.
It's more dramatic that way.
Evidently. Alright. Well, you all new faces over here, so let me explain the way this works real quick. You can use whatever skills you have. The only rule here, no one dies. Alright, it's that simple. When you're gonna knock somebody out, you just knock them out. There's no sense in killing anybody here. We're all just here to have some fun and make some money. And also, keep your ears out for the guards. If you see some guards coming around, just shut it down, alright? Just pretend you're not doing anything. If you're looking all beat up and bloody, hide your wounds. Go walk through the woods or something. Just don't get them involved, alright? And that's pretty much it. Alright, who wants to fight these people here? You hear like some different clamoring and whatnot. And then like these three people start stepping up. This one pushes through you on the bottom. And I guess it's only 2 people. Alright, this person comes too. He's like, alright, we got our first fight here. If you all want to take bets, go ahead and take bets. Do whatever you got to do. But we're going to start when everybody's ready. What would you all like to do?
I'm gonna talk to the lady right above me and say, go with the peach for being looking bad. I think I'm gonna play some bets.
Let me get a general charisma check from you.
Okay.
14. She just kind of like looks over her shoulder and kind of coldly looks you up and down, and then she turns back to the man she's standing right next to, and she just kind of like wraps her arm around his and leans on it. Just ignores you.
Oh wait, this man.
Yes,
Does he have any resemblance with this gentleman? This
I don't know. How do you know? I mean, of everybody here, he does look like he's dressed very well, and he does have 2 very attractive women that are hanging on him.
Is he a half-elf?
His ears are covered. There is a little bit of facial hair. I mean, you'd have to get up close and personal if you want to figure that one out.
I can totally do that.
Sure.
I'm gonna push my drinks to our lady friend.
Strolling around here and try if I can see his ears.
Alright. This other guy steps in. He's like, it ain't really fair if it ain't even, 4 on 4. Just you guys watch my back. I'm gonna try and watch yours. Alright, people start like doing like little tiny bets. They'll take that little bet with you. It's just gonna be 1-to-1. So you put up 3 silver, and it's an honor system here. And that's pretty much it. So is anybody else doing anything before the fight starts?
Sure. I'm gonna take my curved flute and just start tuning a little bit. And I'm gonna give one of my bardic inspiration die to Thomas.
Alright.
At least 6 on any of your rolls.
Very cool. Yay!
Not just a fan, you have the fan.
The fan.
Only what you need.
Alright, everybody, let's get an initiative roll.
the initiative first. There we go.
So much initiative.
Oh, we're doing so well.
Alright.
Remember to select your token before you roll.
Is everybody in there?
I'm not in there.
Oh yeah, you gotta hit your token. And then roll initiative.
There we go. This one.
Alright, so
I'll change it to
4.14.
So my first roll was 7. Just forgot to select the token.
Alright.
May want to adjust it.
7.16.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Alright, I think we're good. Okay. So, Cori, you're gonna get the jump. As everybody starts circling each other and the crowd starts egging each other on, and you know, they're all like cursing and come on, lay into them.
Well, I will draw my rapier as I back off to right here and prepare to attack the first one in reach as a ready action.
Alright. Anything else?
I'll look at this guy right here. Am I pinging him?
I don't see anything. Okay. Third one down from the... Okay.
Yep. I'll just look straight at him and blow him a kiss.
Alright. She blows the kids back. Alright, Dara, you're up.
Okay. So Dara's gonna eye the other 4 over there and kind of give a little smirk. And then she's gonna use her action to wild shape into a panther.
Wow. Alright. Alright, let me pull up. I'm gonna have to pull up the stats for you. Do you have the stats handy?
I do. I'm following the table in Xanathar's for forest druids.
Okay.
And the panther has 3d8 or 13 hit points. An AC of 12.
Okay, cool.
And the panther is gonna kind
What
of come
is that?
over
A
here
medium?
and sort of
Is it a medium creature?
case next to Cori and Thomas.
Is that it's a medium creature though, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Can you move your token? Just,
I did move my token.
I mean the cat. Can you see the cat in front of you?
This?
Yep. Okay.
Cool.
Alright, so yeah, but just put you here for now and control the cat, and then you know her stats. So okay, I'll get you a better token soon.
Okay.
Alright, what else are you doing?
I don't think I can do anything else. So she's just gonna look fierce next to Cori.
Wow. Okay, cool. Very cool. Alright, Nexan, you're up.
Okay,
You doing anything out there?
the crowd, are they already pretty concentrated on the fight? Or is there someone still looking back, kind of my direction?
For the most part, they all seem to be focused on the fight.
Okay. So I'll just stroll over. What's this direction? Like I have to take a piss. behind this tree, and then I'm gonna try to hide. And my plan is to reach the carriage and try to search it.
Okay. Yeah, let me get a stealth from you.
Sure.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, so you just kind of like walk backwards using the shadows, hide behind the tree. Are you doing anything else?
Yeah, exactly. Let me see. I moved 4 squares, so I don't. No, 3 squares. So I have 1 square left, half movement. I'll move here.
Okay.
That's it.
Alright, so 2 of them, these 2 here, they're gonna run up to the guy who's left alone, and they're gonna just throw some punches at him.
Bring it.
Bring it.
When they move within range, I can invoke an attack of opportunity with Polar Master.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Yeah, so the first one moves in. Okay, so let's do this one at a time then. So this one, you got a 10-foot reach. So go ahead and make your attack there.
Well, it's not. It's Thomas that has that.
Oh, Thomas. Oh, okay, so then he moves. Okay, so then this
So
one.
when the dude moved here, he
That
invoked an attack of opportunity, or I guess there.
Okay, go ahead, roll up.
You still want to make the attack roll or no?
No. It's in roll 20? Thomas, you there?
Yep.
Are you there? I don't see anything in roll 20.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
He's within 10 feet.
That guy's now within 10 feet.
Okay.
This one is.
Alright. Yeah, so this thing, you know, starting to like bob and weave, shadow boxing as it's moving up, and you go ahead and stick out your halberd and poke it without it even realizing it. That's definitely a hit. Alright, it's still standing. What happens with that? It stops moving, right?
No, he just gets the attack of opportunity when he enters 10-foot range.
Yeah, but that doesn't...
Yeah.
Okay, so it can still move then.
Changes that he can't move.
Okay, so it'll get distracted and come to you then. Okay, so the first attack is going to be on Vath and then on Thomas. Two punches on Vath. 2 punches on Thomas.
Both punches on Vath miss.
Well, no, you got a 16 and a 10. What's your AC?
18.
Holy shit. Nice. And then 13 and a 21. Both hit? Okay. Oh, I didn't roll damage. Okay, hold on. Alright, 7 points of blunt damage total. It auto rolls advantage for them. I'm still figuring out how to change all that, but I'm just taking the first numbers. Alright, Belfyre, you're up.
that little shadow seems to have moved away. So I'm gonna assume he's doing something for the betterment of the group, and I'm going to talk to Mr. Lord over here.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. I got 2 more thugs that get to go.
Okay.
Alright, this guy's gonna come up here, and then this one is gonna try and punch the cat. Alright, so let's do Vax first. Alright, so
First one hits.
alright, the 20 hits, okay. Alright, 5 points of blunt damage from that guy, and then the other one swings at the cat and completely misses it. Okay, Belfyre, you're up. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yep, no, just talking to Mr. Lord here.
Alright, let me get
Sorry.
Okay, go ahead. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Well, as you approach, I was gonna say, let me get a persuasion check from you. Yeah, so as you approach, you know, he kind of looks you up and down, gives a big smile, you know, and he's still holding on to his 2 ladies, but he looks over and he's like, well, hello there.
Well, hello to you. Aren't you a little hot right next to this fire?
It's
You're
a
gonna
good
blow him a little cold breeze.
Woohoo, you're sending me
Right, right,
shivers. Look at you, tall, bright, and scaly.
That's gonna be my turn.
Okay.
Just distracting him.
Okay, cool. Alright, Mr. Thomas.
Thomas is gonna go for a swing.
Okay, go ahead. Which one are you attacking?
The same one I hit before.
Okay.
To hit.
Yeah, so this thing is, you know, it's trying to move around your weapon, and it goes to like come in again with a hook, and you wind up like lifting with both arms, knock his hand out the way, and then you like elbow her in the face as she drops. Anything else?
Bonus action. Don't want to use the Polar Master feat to hit the dude with the butt of the weapon.
All right. Do they have to be within 5 feet, or you get your reach on that as well?
I believe I get reach.
Say again.
I think it's reach.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah. You go and reach out, and this person has like a glass jaw. You just kind of like bip him in the bottom of his chin, and he drops. Anything else?
That's it.
Alrighty. Vath, you're up.
Alright. I'm gonna say to this gentleman that hit me, like, that was a pretty good putt. Pretty good hit on me. Have one of mine, and then slam down with a hammer on his head. Or at least attempt to.
Alright, go for it.
What the fuck?
Alright, yeah, you come and you go swing real arrogantly, and he's like, "Oh, you crazy?" And he like kind of squats, and you just like swipe right over his head. He's like, "He has a fucking hammer." Anything else?
I'm gonna sigh sadly, and then that's the end of my turn.
Alright. Cori.
Okay, I'm going to slip behind this guy here. I had asked earlier, just for clarification, do you use the variant for flanking?
No, we're not gonna do that. Just to keep it simple.
Okay, no problem. I'm gonna go ahead and strike at him with my rapier.
Alright, go ahead.
Hey, well, never mind.
Alright, you go to like stab forward at him, you know, and the other one kind of like startles you a little bit, and you stab the ground. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. Dara, you're up.
Okay. So I'm gonna walk this way. I'm gonna step on this guy's body because he was a jerk for taking a swipe at me. And then I'm gonna pounce this dude. So if I move at least 20 feet straight toward a target before hitting them with a claw attack, they must succeed on a strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Awesome.
If they're knocked prone, I can take a bonus action to make a bite attack against them.
Okay, cool. All right, so move your icon, and I'm gonna make. What do I make? A strength check? You said.
Yeah.
Well, she has to hit with the claw first.
Yeah, I have to hit with a claw. So.
Okay, go ahead.
13 plus.
That's a hit.
That's 17.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay. Yep, DC 12.
Oh. All right, yeah. So you go run out and you swipe out with your claw, and you take this thing. You know, this person. You take them right off their feet, and they fall. Oh, and they fall into the ground. They're like, "Whoa, whoa, get off me!"
So that's going to be 6 points of slashing damage with the claw.
Okay.
And then since he's prone, I can make a bite attack against him.
And
I imagine with advantage.
Nice.
So it's going to be another 17 to hit. And then another 6 points of piercing damage.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so you swipe at its leg, knock it on its ground, it sticks its forearm up, and it like puts it right in your mouth, trying to defend itself, and you just like grab onto it and shake it real quick, and they pass out just from like the fear. Like, ah.
I let go and lick my lips and look at the one that's standing.
He's turning around, he's like, oh shit, I should have went fishing. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Alright, next, what are you up to?
Okay, I'm going to use my action to invoke Duplicity. So I'm gonna need a second token, please. And I'm gonna place it.
Hold on, I'm sorry, can you see through that? Your duplicate or no?
No, I cannot see through it.
Okay. Okay, go
I
ahead.
cannot use its senses. I'm gonna move it back here, next to Belfyre, where I was some moments before, with my bonus action. And then I'm gonna use my movement to advance 3 squares. Can I reach that square?
Yeah, there's no extra movement for diagonal moves.
Okay, cool. The carriage, is it actually manned? Is there someone on it, or?
Yeah, there's a well-dressed gentleman sitting in the front, and he's just kind of there. You see him like kind of sipping from a flask. He looks really relaxed, you know, just kind of resting.
Okay, cool. Can I see some kind of trunk on the carriage?
It doesn't seem to be so much of a trunk. This one looks more like just for like simple transport.
Okay.
As opposed to like long distance anything, you know?
Okay. That's it then for my turn.
Alrighty. Alright, this one gets up and he kind of looks around and everybody in the crowd's like, boo, boo, you know, whatever. He's like, oh, piss off! And he's like, I'm doing the best I can! And he's actually going to try and sucker punch the elf. Oh, that's a nat 20. Alright. He's gonna do All right, 7 points in damage total on Cori. Are you still standing?
I'm still on my feet.
All right, cool. He's like, how's that one, pisser? Belfyre, you're up.
Yeah, I guess I look around and I see that my shadow returned. I can't do anything from it, so I'm gonna talk to our lovely lord. So, all that, I'm gonna point with my hands towards him. Has a name.
You're asking my name.
Is there anybody else that looks like you in here? Perhaps I missed them.
Well, obviously not. I'm one of a kind, darling. You may call me Lord Grin. And you are? He grabs your... He goes to, like, grab your hand and kiss the top of it if you'll allow him.
I certainly do.
Yeah, he kisses it. He kind of lingers a little bit. You can feel him, like, suck on one of the scales as he pulls away.
I free his lips. Just give a little bit of coldness towards my hand and take it back. Oh, I'm sure. Belfyre. You come here often?
Surely you have better pickup lines than that, dear.
Oh, I'm not trying to pick you up. Are you someone that I should be picking up?
Alright, that'll be the end of your turn. Thomas, you're up.
Alright, we're gonna keep it simple.
Alright, yeah, you go to poke at him and you just miss.
Bonus action.
Okay. That's a hit. Yeah, so he winds up overcommitting on his dodge, and you're able to capitalize on that. You kind of like stab him in his foot with the back of the halberd. He falls back, and then you kind of jab him in his nuts, and he's like, oh, and he passes out. Everybody in the crowd, it's a mixture of cheers and boos and stuff, and this guy comes out clapping. It's like, not bad for your first round. Let's see if you can do something a little bit harder. And with that, it's 8:04. Let's take a quick break, all right? We'll get back here at about 8:20. Is that cool?
Yeah. Good.
All right. See you guys in a bit.
See you.
I'm back if anybody else is back. I'm back if anybody's back. Cori, are you there by any chance?
Yes, I am.
Alright, you casted Dancing Lights before. Do you still want to have that up?
No, it was just to give them something to follow to this place.
Okay, alright, cool. Are we all back yet?
Nexan's here.
Aye,
Alright, cool. Alright, so some of the local people, they come and they start dragging these people out. You know, and they're all just kind of laying there resting. With all nothing but battered pride and things like that. Alright, so he comes into the center. He's like, you guys did really well there. Let's see, you guys ready for the next round? Or you need a little bit of time to fix your pretty faces up?
A little time. While this is happening, I'd like to slip below the carriage and start searching it from the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let me get an investigation check from you at disadvantage.
Okay.
And while that's happening, you know, the guy in the middle of the half orc. Alright, you guys rest up, take a few minutes, get yourselves all nice and pretty. We're gonna get the next round ready for you.
Yeah.
And you see him there.
Natural one, great.
Yeah, you don't find anything at all. Yeah, nothing of interest. You know, he's petting the dog and stuff. The half orc's petting the dog and it's whimpering, looking at the cat. And you can tell he wants to go and chase down that panther.
Growl at the dog, and then Dara like butts her head up against Cori's hasty hand, like, Penny.
I'll pet the panther.
I will say to our little friend here, well, I guess that's my cue. I need to go powder some noises. Noses.
Noses. Alright.
I'm gonna go. Actually, he's right here. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and pay some attention to our little friend here that got a beating.
Alright. Yeah, as you walk off, Lord Grin's like, You're heading back now. I'd love to talk with you some more before you leave.
Good comment. I'm saying that to him, like, we have a very, very bright smile. Thomas can probably see that my face just drops. And I turn around.
Alright.
Thomas.
Sorry.
Hey, reward on you. 7 points. Feel better.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm just like powdering his nose, like just kind of trying to ignore the Lord and fixing him up a little bit.
I forgot.
Sorry.
He has a blush. A deep blush on his. I don't.
Your mic keeps going in and out.
I'm holding on the tab key for push to talk.
Okay, that works now. That looked good. Or sounded good, rather. Alright, is anybody else doing anything?
Yes. Before 1 minute runs out of duplicate, I'm having it walk back behind this tree. Up here. And I'm gonna switch places with him and let it disappear.
Alright, let me get a quick stealth check from you. Okay. Yeah, I mean, everybody else seems fairly distracted. You see maybe a couple of them look over their shoulder, but they don't really pay any mind to it.
Okay. Could you move my token? I cannot move into any space I can't see, and it's... Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Vath is gonna lay on hands himself and bring him back to full health.
Sounds good.
Then I'm gonna join the rest of the troop, and I'm like, where do I get my 3 silvers?
Okay, yeah, Braxel, alright, this person actually will come walk over to you, and he gives you your coin.
Okay, so what's the ratio?
Just 1 to 1, so if you put 3, you'll get 3.
Okay.
So does it seem like there's one person that's broking all the deals?
The person that went to give the coin is the one who's like, dealing with the money. It seems like different people are actually taking bets. Like, you can take bets with actual people, or you can take bets with like the whole pit,
Okay.
So he comes back to the center. Is everybody ready for another ass whooping? People in the crowd, they're like, yeah, they start clapping, He's like, alright, come back out. What are you calling yourselves? You bunch have a name?
I'm just gonna come up and sit right in front of him.
Tom will give her back the.
You see the orc.
I'll give her another smile and just go forward.
Alright. Go ahead, move your icon. The half orc comes and kneels, and he looks eye to eye with the panther. He's like, "You one of them nature wizards, aren't you?"
If panthers could, smile, that would be what's happening.
He's like, "Yeah, we have a couple of you in my old tribe. Few turned into panthers, mostly hyenas though. But the cats, they're good for things at times." Then you see him turn around and he starts walking over to Nexan. "Hey, what are you doing back there?"
I go up and I also, put my head up against his hands.
the dog will like start like trying to growl and like snap at you, and he grabs the chain. You know, and this thing is like, he's like growling, and he pulls back or whatever. He's like, hey, you keep it calm there. This dog is kind of big, you know, for you know, even though it's like a, you know, this dog, you know, it looks like a shepherd, but it's probably closer to like a Great Dane in size.
Okay. Didn't know this isn't public space. Sorry.
Yeah, it's alright. Just go out there with your friends. And nothing but trouble back here, boy. Alright, we're missing people. Cori, are you coming back in?
His wife came home. We needed 5 minutes.
Oh, right. Okay. Alright, let's put him up here then. Alright, we'll wait for him to get back and then proceed. Belle, you want to do anything? And then this guy with the coins, he comes back too. Oh, yeah.
No, just like looking at my group and just talking to myself, like, I can put some more coins on them, I'm sure.
Oh, real quick, how long does the inspiration last for? Is it 10 minutes?
Mine?
Yeah.
10 minutes.
10 minutes or until used, right?
Yep.
Okay, and that's an extra D6.
How much have I left on it?
Oh, should I roll that?
No. They'll roll it when they use it. But is it a D6?
Oh, yes. Sorry, I thought you were trying to talk about how long has it been since then.
Oh, okay. No, it's only been a couple of rounds. Yeah.
Okay. 1d6.
So, can I see anybody that treats the wounded fighters?
Yeah.
Maybe with some syringe?
You haven't really, when you were doing whatever you were doing, you didn't notice anything. But the people who are tending to the fighters seem to be this person, and this person.
I see, okay. I'm gonna keep an eye on them.
Okay, and you can see
spots this liquid.
Okay, they all have like these little rucksacks, you know, and they're pulling out the healer's kit components from them.
Okay.
You know, and they're just kind of like hanging off a shoulder. It's like a little medical bag.
Okay.
Alright, as everybody is kind of just doing whatever, let me get perception checks from everyone.
Sorry, I had disadvantage enabled.
No worries. Whenever that happens, advantage or disadvantage, we'll just take the first number.
Okay.
Thomas is on fire.
He's got to be the makeup for Minecraft ropes.
Alright. Nexan, Thomas, Vath, and Dara. In the lower right corner of the map, you hear some armored footsteps kind of coming into the area.
Okay, I can see them.
Yeah, and they're just kind of moving slowly.
So this is
It's guards.
Do they resemble the city guards here?
They do.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll start whispering to this guy next to me. Guards, get out!
It's like, oh, don't worry about it. Alright, they're up on the take. They're fine.
Oh, great.
Welcome back.
Hello, welcome back. And as they're walking, you see them kind of just like slowly come up to the group. You know, and they're on the bottom. One of them's holding a lantern. They kind of look around at everybody. They're just kind of like taking notes of people's faces. They don't really say anything though. You see one of them give a nod to the direction of the half-orc. And then they start leaving. You know.
Hide behind that street dog.
Alright. And then they just, you know, you can see their lantern traveling from throughout the trees. You know, as they walk around. Everybody kind of gets quiet and a little paranoid. You know, but nothing happens. And then they leave. Cori, you ready?
Were we able to remember their faces, or they wear closed helmets, or?
They're wearing full helmets, but their faces were exposed. The light's kind of dark, so let me get everyone who wants to try and remember their faces. Let me get a history check.
Give it me. I didn't see them at first.
Yeah. Whoever wants to try and recognize them.
Nice.
Yay.
Alright, so Belfyre and Dara, you can recognize them pretty easily. Dara, their faces are very clearly burned into your mind.
Oh, I'd also like to memorize their scents.
Their scent? Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll let you do that if you want. That's cool. The smell of full gods. Alright, we're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing. Who am I missing? Vath.
Vath wasn't interested in remembering their fate.
Okay, not a problem. Alright, so the half-orc calls out. Is everybody ready? He's like, alright, well, stop pussyfooting around and get in there. And you can see, like, these dark elves starting to make their way through the crowd. You know, as the one walks by Cori, kind of gives him a dirty look and spits on the floor. And he says as he walks by, I am really going to enjoy kicking your ass. And let's get some initiatives going.
Was that in Elvish or Common?
It was in common. Remember, pick your icons first.
So what was done for healing?
Whoever healed themselves got healed. I know Thomas got something. I think Vath got something.
Roger that.
You can see if Vel will heal you up. If they want to spend a... Vel's not doing it.
Say again?
You can see if Belfyre will heal you up real quick. You weren't here when the healing process was going on, so...
Okay.
I don't know. It's up to the DM.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, if you guys want to do something, that's fine. You had some time.
Are you badly wounded?
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
At this level, everybody who gets hit is badly wounded.
That's the way it works. One hit and you're done.
Okay, let's try that then.
Awesome, thank you.
You are welcome.
Eric, can you edit me through 16, please?
Yep, no problem. Talking health, right?
So I rolled the same initiative.
Nice.
Alright, your health should be up there now. I don't see it. Do you see it?
No, I'm at my initiative because it had my other token selected. It didn't like that, so I did select the
Oh,
cat.
okay, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So your initiative is 16?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Is everybody rolled, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So these dark elves all come running up. So this one, actually, they're all gonna shoot. They pull out these little hand crossbows, and they're gonna shoot one at Vath, one at Cori, and one at Thomas. Okay, so Vath misses. Cori, does a 15 hit?
That hits.
Okay, and Thomas is definitely getting hit with that 22. Okay, that's weird. No, there's no poison or anything.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so... Alright, Cori. Seven points of piercing, and then Thomas.
Cori's unconscious.
3 points on Thomas. Right, and then you see these clouds of darkness, or a cloud of darkness appear. And, oh, is that only a 10-foot radius? Oh, it's a 15-foot radius. Okay. Alright, so a cloud of darkness shoots over and covers the 3 bottom people. And a bunch of people start booing, and you hear the half-orc call out. Say, how the fuck we supposed to see the fight? And it's Dara's turn.
Well, you should be Thomas, actually. And then me.
What?
Thomas is 17, so he should go first.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, good catch. I'm sorry. Good. Okay, Thomas, you're first. Sorry. You're up. And you are surrounded in darkness. Alright, moving through the darkness is going to be double speed, okay? Or half speed, rather.
That's a 15-foot cube.
Yeah. So moving to that spot there would take you 20 feet of movement.
I'm still in the darkness in this area.
Not when you move there, no. You can actually move, after you move 2 boxes, you're out of the darkness. And it takes 15 feet of your movement.
I'll do that attack.
Which one are you going to attack?
The asshole.
Which one?
Okay. Alright. Go ahead, roll up.
Alright.
Don't piss off Thomas. Got it.
Hold on a second. That's a hit, and yes, it's still up.
Bonus action.
Okay.
You still
That's
have
a miss.
inspiration if you want to try that.
Yeah, I'm gonna burn the inspiration.
Alright, roll up. Add a d6. Alright, still not enough. Alright, so you come charging out of this darkness and you stab at this dark elf angrily. Like, ugh! He catches it real good in his torso. When you pull it out, there's a bunch of blood. You spin around and try and hit him with the butt end, and it just winds up deflecting it with a short sword that it draws. It's like, bling. Still standing. Dara,
Yes.
you're up.
Okay. Was I able to tell which one of them was casting the magical darkness?
No.
Okay. So then I want to, let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, so I'm gonna, I know that person was directly in front of me, right?
Yeah, last you saw, yeah.
Okay, so I want to back up and then come charging it forward for a pounce.
Alright, so backing up is 10 feet, and then another 20, 30. Your movement's 40?
Oh, it's 50.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Yeah, so you back up, and then, using your hearing, you come just charging out of the darkness and leap at this dark elf. Go ahead, roll up.
Gonna be a 16 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay. So that is 3 points of slashing damage. And then they have to make a DC 12 strength saving throw.
It fails. Yeah, so you come running out and you even though you don't do much damage to it, you startle it. And you wind up knocking it back on its feet. It's like, ah!
Okay.
It's prone.
So then we're gonna do a bonus action 5 attack since I knocked him down.
Okay.
See if this works.
That's going to be a hit.
That's not what I wanted to have happen. So we'll take, I rolled a 14 and 18, so it's going to be a 18 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Another 1 point.
is 3 points of piercing damage.
3. Okay, so 4 points total.
No, 3 points total.
Plus the one from before?
So it should be 6.
3 from before. Yeah, 6
Oh,
total.
so 6 total. Okay, sorry. Alright, yeah, you're just like clawing at it and you're like trying to bite into it, but it has some armor that's beneath its clothing that's preventing anything from finding its skin. Anything else?
But he's prone.
Anything else from you?
Nope, that's it.
Alright, Belfyre. You can see like this crowd on this side is kind of getting pissed because they can't see anything. So they just start like kind of like moving around.
Okay, is Mr. Lord moving around?
He's kind of focusing on you.
Oh, great.
You standing here is very icy hot.
I just kind of tried to open my mouth with that cold steam coming out, and I just swallow my pride. We're on a mission tonight.
You can see like the lady to the south of him. She's kind of giving you dirty looks. The other one, she doesn't really care as much.
Yeah, I don't care about either of them. So, which one is it that organizes the wonderful event?
It really depends on the location, darling. Right now, Bloodclaw is the one handling this one. That's it for you.
Okay.
Alright, Nexan.
Alright. Let's see where I can. So this guy in front of me, this dog, what's he doing? Is he watching the fight or?
Yeah, he's definitely watching the fight. He's into it.
Okay. Then I'm gonna cast guidance on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and try to really duck behind him so he won't see me. And I'm gonna try and search his bag next round.
Next round. Okay, cool. Alright. So let me put your guidance up here. Alright. Anything else?
No, I'm fine, thanks.
Cori, you're up.
Cori's unconscious.
Cori's unconscious. Alright. Make a death save at advantage.
Working on it.
No problem. Alright, you got one fail so far. Oh no, you get an advantage. Roll again.
You can do it.
Yeah, I give death saves on. Okay, you're fine. You have one success. I give death saves on with advantage until you guys hit 6th level. By then, you should have a good grasp of your character and how I run the game. Okay.
That's awesome.
Vath, you're up.
Alright, I'm just gonna run up to the fellow over here on the ground and smash him with the hammer.
Alright.
Because he's on the ground and it's fun. And I have advantage, so that should make it even more fun.
Alright. Oh,
that's an
shake.
ability.
Alright, yeah, you just come running up here and like with some big overhand Superman smash, you come down and you hit him right in the side of its head. And it spits out blood. And a tooth comes out. Are you doing non-lethal?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, we were told to, so that was the plan.
Okay. Alright, cool. Yeah, so this one's sitting there and a bunch of blood comes spitting out of its mouth.
I did something, guys! Yay!
Oh.
That's what a natural 20 looks like.
Kind of like flinch a little bit
Alright.
as that hammer swings by my head.
Oh yeah. Alright, anything else, Vath?
No, I haven't got a level, so I haven't been able to do anything.
Okay, yeah, so there's a big crunch and the whole crowd is like, ooh! Alright, they go, you hear the one on top. It's like, brother! And he comes and runs up to you. Like that. Actually, he's gonna shoot his crossbow first and then run up to you and try and stab you with his short sword. And then this one is going to shoot at Thomas and then cast another darkness over the top area.
Did he cross within 10 feet of me?
Say again?
The one who drew his short sword and ran.
Uh-huh. What about it?
Did he come within 10 feet?
No. No. He's on top. Okay, so hand crossbow first and then the short sword on Vath. 15, 19?
Short sword hit.
Okay, so 7 points. Oh, no, not 7. Oh. Okay, d6 plus 2. Alright, 8 points of piercing damage. And then he's gonna run up. Are you still standing?
Ow. Yes.
Okay, cool, yeah. So he comes and you can tell he's like furious. He's like, brother! And then the other one will shoot the crossbow at Thomas. $18, that's a hit, right?
Yeah, he's got
13 AC.
For some reason he has it in his name.
Oh yeah, okay. That's pretty smart actually. Alright, 5 points of piercing damage.
I just can't tell what the game is.
Passive perception.
Ah.
And then another cloud of darkness goes above that one there. And that's it for them. And Bloodcore screaming out. He's like, stop with the bloody fucking darkness, I can't see anything. Thomas, you're up.
Oh, Thomas is a little pissed. He's gonna hit this motherfucker.
Which one? Oh, the same one at the bottom, right? Okay, go for it. Yeah, so as soon as the darkness starts creating, you rush over and you swing wide with your pitchfork, and you wind up like slashing him across the torso and making him fall, and then the darkness immediately dissipates. Are you doing non-lethal damage? Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, we're gonna move 20. And I'm gonna pop this dude with the bonus attack.
Okay, go for it.
Dude, that's great.
Oh.
Does he get blanking?
No, we're not playing with flanking. Okay, so you run over and you knock him in its head, and it's enough. It's enough to get this darkness to fizzle out. Anything else?
Yeah, we're gonna take a 5-foot step backwards.
Okay.
Then turn.
Dara?
I'm going to come up here. Well, actually, I'm going to come around the back.
That dog starts going crazy, and Chemlock is trying to keep the dog from biting him.
Okay, well then I'll continue to move up here. In the same,
Okay.
like... So I'm not leaving his melee. And then I'll just do a little tap with my paws.
Alright. Yeah, the dog gives warning of you creeping around, and as you go to slash at him with your claw, it takes his short sword and knocks it away. You will not get me that easily.
Don't you get a modifier to your attack?
Oh yeah, sorry, it's gonna be 17 to hit.
Well, that he hits then. I mean, you hit.
Sorry.
I did not expect you to hit me so easily.
That's gonna be 3 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Hey, Dara.
Anything else?
You can go over to the die thing on the left-hand side and go to do up your modifier crap in there. So you don't have to roll.
You can even add it, like when you put the R/D4, you can put +3.
Yeah.
And then it'll do it for you.
Yep.
Alright.
I knew that.
Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Alrighty. Belfyre.
So you organize any of this?
Oh no, darling, I just come here to spectate. This really isn't my type of business, and it's really not as profitable as one would imagine. At least not for me.
Sometimes I used to walk out on him right now. You wasted all my time.
Hey,
So what is your business?
Let me get a persuasion check from you. He kind of looks at you and he's like, "Oh, let's not talk business here, though. Let's enjoy the fights. We can talk business another time if you like."
Maybe later.
Well, it wouldn't be now. No. And that's the end of your turn. Nexan, you're up.
Okay. So how does this bag of the street dog look like? Is it open?
Say again. I'm sorry.
Hang on. The bag of the street dog. Is it open?
Well, there's a flap. It doesn't seem like it's locked. You know, it's kind of like a heavy leather purse. Kind of think of it like that, and it has a flap that's over it. And it's not locked or anything, but it is. You know, it's not just open.
Okay. So I'm gonna gather all my heart and try and reach into his bag.
All right. Let me get a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
Or sleight of hand, however you say it.
I know what you mean.
Just steal some stuff. Just steal some stuff.
So I'm gonna use my guidance on this too. Oh shit! What did I roll? 10. It's not good. It's 11.
All right. You go to reach inside, and he kind of notices something. He doesn't notice you behind him, but he kind of grabs his purse and like kind of secures it a little bit. He's like, You know, he's kind of looking around like that. Let me get a stealth check from you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So as he looks around, he kind of like he bumps his elbow into your head. He's like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing over here?" All right. We're gonna work on that deception roll next round. Cori, you're up.
Okay.
Another death save, Cori. Okay, so you got 1 and 1. Just keep track.
With advantage?
Oh, you get advantage. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So 1 and 1. What you could do is, when you go to your character sheet, there should be a thing that allows you to choose advantage.
I put it on advantage and it didn't even roll advantage with the death save.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, no worries, no worries. All right, Vath, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna smack the dude. I'm gonna aim for his the arm that he stabbed him with. Just his retribution. I'm gonna try to break it as I slam it.
All right, go for it. All right, yeah. You go to, you lift up your hammer and you try and come down like on his shoulder, and he very easily just dodges out of the way. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
He laughs at you. He's like,
You're the one who stole him, Nexan.
the dark elf laughs at you. He's like, "You are so clumsy with your heavy weapons." Then he's gonna try and hit you with the short sword.
Fuck.
That's a hit.
It doesn't really matter what he rolls on damage, I'm unconscious.
Okay.
Because unless he can roll lower than a 3.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so he capitalizes on your overswing, and he just like slaps you in the side of your face with his blade. Everybody hears the loud sting, like clack, and you drop. And the crowd is all like, "Oh, what's going on?" Thomas, you're up. You try and poke at him, and it takes a short sword and knocks the tip of your weapon away. That's a hit. Alright, so he goes to like start saying something smart, and you kind of like bop him in the side of his mouth before he gets any words out. He just spits on the floor. Barely standing, but he's still standing. Anything else?
I'm at 5 foot 7.
Okay.
10.
Alright, Dara?
I'm gonna come in for a bite.
Alright, roll up.
No!
That's a miss.
You guys cursed me.
Oh, he's no longer prone. I meant to say he's standing up, but whatever. Are you doing anything else?
Growling angrily.
Alright, Belfyre.
So what can I find you later then?
Well, you can leave with me after the battle if you're interested. I'd love to show you around my place.
Sure, that sounds absolutely lovely.
I guarantee it will be. I have a lovely view of the harbor. Or the bay, the bay. Alright. You doing
Yeah, I'm
anything
gonna
else?
start going away, because I'm gonna have to pick up the guys after they wake up.
Okay. Alright, Nexan. Nexan, you're up.
Okay, dude, I'm strolling about here all the time. You hit me with your elbow. What's wrong with you?
Let me get a deception check.
Next that one? No.
Ooh, nice. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Here, let me take a look at that. And it's like he starts like trying to look at your head where he hit you. I'll get you patched right up. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'll let that happen for now.
Alright. Cori, death save. Nice. Alright, so 2 successes, 1 failure. Vath, death save. Alright.
Success!
Oh, success. Very good. Alright, Dark Elf. Alright, he's barely standing. Yeah, he doesn't know what's going on really. So he's going to stab the cat and then try and shoot it. He's like completely erratic, you know, like you can tell his movements are pretty desperate at this point.
My AC is 12.
Alright, this will be disadvantage for the... Okay. Alright, so the short sword misses and it hits with the crossbow. Yeah, so it goes to like stab you with the short sword. You knock it out of its way and it kind of backs up a little bit and just shoots you in the shoulder with a bolt. And it is there standing.
Make that, like, panther screechy sounds. I'm not gonna try and imitate. There you go.
Alright, anything else? Oh, that was my turn. Never mind. Thomas, you're up.
Come put this man in the ground.
Alrighty, roll up. Ooh. Same there, you know, so you go to stab at it and it kind of dodges to the side and it knocks your halberd into the cat, you know, into the panther. No damage or anything, but You can tell he's desperately fighting for his own, his life. And you're gonna miss with that as well. Yeah, so he knocks it out. You come around from the backside with the butt, and he blocks it this time, knocking it with the hand crossbow. He's like, ha ha ha, I'm onto your tricks, human.
Nobody can seem to kill this drow.
Anything else? Was that it for you?
He said for now.
Oh, phone. Oh, okay, cool. All right, Dara, you're up.
Just I'll bite him. But no, I'm not.
Yeah, so you go to snap at him, and he's just ferocious. He's like stepping on your face, putting you into the ground, dodging, jumping back and forth. It's like Ninja Dark Elf here.
What a jerk. What's up for me?
Belfyre.
I'm going to just patiently move down this way, trying to pick up Cori, and I'm gonna just do a little tune and do another bardic inspiration at Thomas.
All
And
right.
he's saying like, finish him. That's it.
Kind of looks like Claire from the Breakfast Club. All right, Nexan, you're up.
Okay, so what's this guy doing? Patch me up?
Yeah, he's like kind of, he grabs your face like a little kid, with his hand, and he's kind of like moving your face around, moves your hair, away from your forehead. He's like, oh, this, you're completely fine. Ain't nothing here. You got a hard little head.
Yeah, just felt real hard.
Well, I have a hard elbow too.
Thanks. And I'm gonna try and pull some how's it called? Some street trick thief thing where I pat him on one side, and with the other hand I'm trying to reach the bag again.
Okay, that's cool. You notice that these two people, the ones that I pinged, they're kind of like paying attention to the interaction between you and the medic. But go ahead.
Then forget about that stuff
Okay.
in the bag. Yeah, just patting him and walking away.
Okay, go ahead, move your token. Very cool. Anything else?
Let's see. I think it wouldn't be cool if I throw a healing spell into the active fight.
Which one is it? Is it Healing Word, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I thought about healing word, but I think it would be against those unspoken rules, so don't know. What does my gut feeling say?
Let me get an insight check.
Okay. Shit. Insight.
Okay, you get the idea that it might be frowned upon. They might look at that as cheating. If you were in the fight, that would be different. What you're thinking is maybe if you went hiding somewhere, because there's a good range on that spell, you could probably whisper it from a distance, and maybe nobody would notice. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Cool. That's it for my turn then.
Okay. Cori, death save. Okay, that's a fail. What are you at? You got like 2 and 2 or 3 and 2?
2 and 2.
2 and 2, alright. Alright, nobody's gonna die. They did non-lethal damage. I'm just trying to see if you wake up on your own. That's it. Alright, Vath, same deal. Death save. Okay, that's a success. Alright, the drow. Alright, it's gonna... Same deal. Stab the cat. Shoot the cat. Oh wow, okay. Yeah.
That's okay.
So a miss with the short sword. You know, it goes to stab and you quickly dodge down and it just kind of looms right over you and shoots you right between your shoulder blades.
Didn't you have disadvantage with the crossbow?
Yeah, he rolled a 20.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 20 and a 22. So you take the lower one.
That's fine.
8 points of piercing.
So I have lose my wild shape.
Alright.
And that's gonna be 3 points to carry over.
Alrighty. Thomas, you're up. Yeah, you go and stab at him and you miss. And he's like, you couldn't hit me if your life depended on it.
You're not wrong.
What's that D6 for? Oh, your other. Okay. Yeah, it's still a miss. And you miss again. Holy shit. This thing is like, it's like a rat backed up in a corner. And it's just like fighting for its life. And it should have been down by now. You know, it's just whatever's happening is just, you know, and the crowd is just going wild. Everybody's screaming, ah, Belfyre, you're up.
Help me. What?
You're up, Belfyre.
Aren't I after Thomas? My guy's gone, so it's my turn.
Yeah.
I'm not initiative anymore.
Oh crap. Okay, roll it again, and then what was it? 16.14, right?
Yeah. Okay, so now that I am in my regular shape, I'm going to cast Healing Word on Cori.
Okay.
And now I'm going to use my action to draw my scimitar and stab this fucker in the face.
Alright, so Cori, you're up with 5 hit points. You're prone, but you're conscious.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Go ahead, roll up with the scimitar. Oh,
Fuck me!
that is a miss. Yeah, so you're there and it cling, cling, cling. It kind of looks at you, he's like,
Okay, that's it.
you're full of all kinds of surprises. Alright, Belfyre, now you're up.
She's just getting frustrated. She's gonna do a really high tune on her curved flute and cast the last bardic inspiration at Cori. I just be like, see that guy? He cut you down. You put him down now.
Alright. Oops. Alright. Anything else?
Sorry, no, that's it.
Alright, Nexan, you're up.
Okay, so what are those folks around me currently doing?
They're all focusing like on the fight. It's really intense right now. Everybody's focusing on that dark elf.
What's the status of this street dog's pouch?
Same deal. Just kind of hanging over its shoulder.
Same. Okay. I'm gonna move here. When I think that no one's paying attention to me, I'm hide behind or between those barrels.
Well, I mean, hiding where you are might be difficult because that light is coming directly from that fire. If you move around it, you could probably break line of sight and try something.
Around where? Here?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go with that. And I'm gonna go that far. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I'm going here. And when I'm able to hide, I'm gonna do so.
Okay, go ahead, roll up.
Doubles.
Okay. Alright, you're there. You're hiding in between the bushes and you think that you're hidden pretty well. No one seems to be paying attention to you. Are you doing anything else?
I have no movement left. No hiding takes up my action. That's it.
Alright, Cori. You're prone and you are up. What would you like to do?
Half my movement to stand up. 15 more feet. And I am stabbing that little bastard with a rapier.
Alright. Oh yeah, so you get up and your feet, are kind of wobbly as you're taking in the surroundings. Yeah, and you come like stumbling forward and you go to stab at it, and he's like, oh, I don't think so. And it clink, and just knocks it out of the way.
What is this man's AC? Jesus.
15. Anything else?
That's it.
Vath, another save. Alright. Is that 3 successes?
That is 3 successes.
Okay. Alright, cool. So, I mean, you were going to be stabilized anyway, but you stabilize yourself. And you're just there. Dark Elf is up. It's going to attack Cori. Short sword, and then the crossbow bolt. Short sword miss, hand crossbow miss. Okay. He's like, look at all of you ganging up on me. Cowards! Thomas, you're up. Ooh, that's a hit.
Oh, God.
He looks at you and he's taken out by the farm boy. And then he drops. And the whole crowd is just like, they start roaring and they're clapping. And Bloodclaw is like, holy shit, that was a great fight. That's why we're here. That's why we do the pit fight. And he's there like that, everybody starts climbing. The medics.
Dara tries to ham it up and she's like, like raising her hands up.
Alright, cool.
Victorious like.
Hell yeah. Alright, let me get a general charisma check. Or a performance check. Whichever you want.
Thomas gives a neat bow.
Cori will see if Vath is stabilized and at least try to help.
Okay. I'm assuming Belfyre is helping too, right? Yeah, you see Dara, she raises her arms and turns around, and there's like one lone voice in the distance. It's like, go red. Alright, so yeah, so everybody, so these guys get dragged out, and they're being tended to.
Okay, so my plan is to not let them drag our friend and instead trying to coax one of the people helping to give me the medication so I can pass it on.
Alright, well, I mean, they see you kind of going to your friend and everybody kind of leaves him alone. These docs are all just tending to the people who don't have like personal healers with them.
I'm dragging him with me to the nearest guy.
All right. Pick. Well, he's. Well, okay, yeah. So pick one. You want to go to that guy on the bottom?
Yes.
All right. And then roll your persuasion.
Okay.
He's like, all right, just bring him over here. I'll take care of it. And he kind of like gestures to this spot right there. Yeah.
I'm trying to investigate that carriage from the other side. I have short arms. Maybe I wasn't able to reach everything from over there.
All right. Let me get another investigation and disadvantage. Yeah, that's not gonna matter. Yeah.
I'll roll a second time.
It could only get worse. Okay. Yeah, you're looking around, and I mean, this cart, other than looking really nice and posh, I mean, it doesn't seem to be anything of interest on it. It's fairly clean, and yeah, and the wagon driver doesn't even really seem to be paying attention to you.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. What's everybody else doing? Alright, Blood Flow will come out. He's like, oh, that was awesome. You guys gotta definitely come back here. You know, how did you even hear about this place? I don't know any of you. And he's just talking to Cori, Dara, and Thomas.
Well, Cori's gonna say, I heard about this down on the docks. Somebody was telling me there was some action for those down on their luck.
Alright, docks, eh? It's good to hear. He's like, alright, so I'm gonna give you a... Oh yeah, it's definitely a good coin to be made here. I mean, even though I'm losing money tonight, it's maybe I'll bet on you next round. You got another round in you.
You bet against it.
Of course I did. I don't know your faces. But it's alright, you know. I got, you guys going another round?
I think we'll have to withdraw for a little.
Alright, we'll go ahead and relax for a little bit. If you want, I'm sure there's another bit of action here for everyone.
Alright, we'll make sure to put your coin on there.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, so do I see anything from the guy trying to treat over here?
Let me get...
I'm like staring, I'm menacingly staring at him, like if you point to him, you'll be dinner.
Okay, let me get a persuasion, I mean not persuasion, let me get a perception check from you as you're watching this guy. He's kind of like, you know, yeah, he's like, you know, he's kind of like looming over the body, and you can't really see what he's doing.
If he doesn't start moving in like 2 seconds.
Well, I moved Vath.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just following him. Is he up?
Is he up? No, he's still unconscious, actually. Never mind.
So he did nothing.
Yeah, sorry.
Nothing.
Well, he just tended to him and made sure he was okay.
Yeah, I'll drag him. I'll drag him back to where he was, just away from the crowds.
I mean, you can kind of like... I mean, at this point, you can just smack him awake. He'll be up with 1 hit point.
My pleasure. What do I need to roll for that?
No, you don't need to roll. Don't worry about it.
That's a shame. He's like, hey, wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
Do I wake up?
Yeah, you're at 1 hit point.
Awesome. What? Huh? Shit.
Had a nice nap.
Actually, yeah, the ground's kind of comfortable.
Lovely. Get back here.
Can I get a hand up?
Yeah, she'll help you.
Awesome. I stand up.
Here we are.
My problem is that I think I drew quite attention, so I don't want to really try any more sneaking around. So if you wanted to do another fight, either I'll enter the ring myself, or I'm gonna bless 3 of you.
Okay, well, maybe Cori can keep an eye out while we go another round. I can change when we're...
Vath is definitely out, but he's got 1 point of healing he can do to somebody who needs it.
I have 1 healing spell left if I want to do the blast thing.
I have 2 spell slots left, and I can change.
Well, I would prefer you to save your change. I have a plan. After this whole fight's over, I want one of us to follow those medics to find out where they're coming from, and I can follow the half-orc. I don't think you should follow the half-orc because I think that dog has a nose for you.
Yeah, I agree.
Guys, we are not gonna do another fight. Not if those goblins are in the ring. I know they are a beast.
If there anything like those spellcasters we encountered,
They won next to every fight they made.
Okay, well, let's appear to be licking our wounds and pointing.
I'm just looking around and like, okay, are we fighting? Are we not? Are we staying? Are we going?
Yeah, you see the goblins, they're all kind of like walking around in circles and they're like cheering and goblin, like getting the crowd pumped up. You know, they have like scimitars out and their shields and they're clashing them together, making noise. They're like, "Hoo, hoo," you know, and they're getting the crowd all riled up and whatnot.
Cori, would you try to gather some evidence? Maybe we can work together so I could help you.
What are you thinking?
Well, my best bet at the moment would be the stuff that's in those medicine bags.
Okay, so let's wait till this whole fighting thing is done and start following them, and maybe it'll be easier to get it somewhere else.
Possibly, yeah.
Vath is gonna walk up to this medic dude.
Alright.
Hey, so I saw you administering some potions or some sort of medicine. Any chance I could buy one off you?
Medicine, all I use is the standard stuff. What do you need?
Just something a little more than average. I don't know. What do you got?
Let me get a persuasion check from you.
Ready to be amazed, guys.
Can I help?
Oh my god!
Oh!
Yes. Awesome.
He's kind of looking you up and down. He's like,
I could really use something that if I, get hit by a stray rock on my way home,
Stray rock. You look like strong men. A stray rock should not do much damage to you. But I mean, I have some oils and salves, and it just comes here in this healer's kit.
So you got nothing special, nothing extra?
I mean, I always have something extra, but it's not so much the thing as much as the administrator. Let me get an insight check from you.
Terrible.
Alright, yeah, okay.
Managed toggle, but yeah, 6, terrible.
I mean, I carry a healing potion. A 50 gold piece if you want.
Unfortunately, I do not have enough to cover that. I do appreciate it, though.
Yeah, no problem. Just try not to get hit so hard next time.
Oh, I'm definitely going to try to avoid that. Thank you for your time, sir.
Yeah, no problem.
And I'll walk away, disappointed. I tried, guys.
Good. You did wonderful.
Well, actually, no, my second good roll of the night.
Can I get some healing?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thomas. I got it.
You? Okay.
Vath looks pretty hurt, right? Like, who here looks the worst?
Probably Vath.
Yeah, Vath is...
Because that's that 1 hit point out of 11.
Oh
Let me check.
I can do healing word twice, but then I'm like...
6 points for you, Vath.
Awesome.
Okay. And 5 for top.
Thank you.
What's Cori looking at?
I'm only down 1.
Alright. I guess that makes me still the most hurt motherfucker in the group.
Well, if we get into trouble... Okay, get some more hit points.
Well, I was gonna use my 1 hit point thing.
Oh, because you're a paladin?
No, because I'm an Aasimar. I already did my lay on hands. I'm gonna use my healing hands to heal myself 1 more HP.
That's a pretty Uber boy.
Does it look like anybody's coming up to fight these goblins? Anybody else stepping up?
No, they're kind of waiting on you.
Why not?
You know what? If you're down for it, Belle, I'm down for it.
I just hate to leave an audience.
I mean, there's like no chance of dying, right?
Zero.
Then let's fucking do it. There's 5 of them, let's bring 5 of us in.
Okay, wait. Before we enter. Let's go now.
Everybody gather around Nexan.
So... hardest hitter is Thomas, I think, at the moment. Okay, so... bless on Thomas. Bless on Cori. And... yeah, come on, bless on Vath.
Thank you. We shall be fine. So who's fighting? Who is fighting?
I assume Nexan doesn't do good in combat?
not after I burned all my spells. I would have one risky, really very risky option that possibly would be able to take them all out in just one shot.
So
I think we should do whatever that is.
if
the problem is, it is a scroll, and to use it.
No, don't worry about it.
no,
No.
yeah.
So I mean, like, you can bring your bow along. So,
I can toll the dead, yes. Come on, what's worth it? I'm going in.
Just side behind me.
Go.
more of us, the better.
If you really want to do it, I'm up.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Alright, so who's in?
Can we all go in?
Everybody.
I look at Cori and say, what do you think?
I got my bow out. I'm ready to go.
What about your plan?
As long as I'm still standing after this fight, I can follow that half orc.
Okay, so do you want me to use my last wild shape?
Yeah, we're gonna need all the strength we can get.
Okay, can I wild shape before I get in the fight?
Yes. Are you going Panther again?
Yeah.
Is Belfyre in the fight?
Yes.
I'm going AFK for a second.
Okay.
Alright. So everybody's in there, including Bell?
I'm gonna bet 6 silver on us.
Okay.
I'm putting a whole gold piece in there.
Alright, Bell, are you on there?
Yeah, I'm on fine.
You know what? I've got 20 gold on us.
Oh boy, now we have to win.
I'm gonna put 5 gold on us.
Alright. Alright, because the odds are now stacked in your favor, they're gonna do like 1 to 0.5.
What?
So you'll get 50% if you win. Extra.
The odds are in our favor.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's this, they're outnumbered.
Yeah, but they have quite a reputation. We're the newcomers.
Yep.
That's okay. They're gonna cluster up and they're gonna feel the cold, I think.
Oh, you're ruining my fun.
Alright, so everybody who's in, roll initiative.
Come on, another 2.
Tracker.
Oh, yeah, tracker. We need a tracker.
If I go... Hey, I rolled better than last time.
Yes. Fantastic.
Still not very good, though. Still going last.
Alright, is everybody in? Alright.
Oh.
Gotta make sure Nexan doesn't get hit. Yep.
Alright. Okay, anything else? Are we all ready?
Yeah.
so.
All right, cool. Dara, you're up.
Awesome. Two, three, four, five. Okay. So I'm gonna come down here. And then I'm gonna yes, either one, okay. I guess I'm actually gonna go. I'm just gonna come to here, and then I'm gonna do a running. The pounds.
Okay.
And continue to roll like shit.
All right. Yeah, so you come running out, you know, and then it comes with, you know, you swing your claw out there, and it winds up, you know, the goblin winds up blocking it with its shield.
Okay.
Anything else?
That is all I can do.
Cori, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot the one that she's standing next to.
Okay. Go ahead, roll up. Oh, not 20.
That's 20.
Yes.
All right, so yeah, so you peer out and you shoot an arrow just past Thomas over there, and you catch this thing dead in its shoulder, and it screams out. "Ah!"
These guys are vicious.
Okay, so what do I have? 7 plus 4, 11 total.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
No, he's missing a d6.
No, I'm not. I get 1d6 sneak attack, and they're both been rolled, and I did critical damage.
That's true, but you have only 1d6 for your short bow. And you critted, so
No.
that 1d6 should be...
No, it's the 7 and the
That's what
2.
the plus 2 is.
Yeah, it does it for you.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so this thing has an arrow sticking out of its shoulder. Good shot.
Okay. I get the roll now, okay.
Are you doing anything else? Cori, moving, anything?
No, I'm good right where I'm at.
Alright, cool. Next, you're up.
Okay, which one is hurt now? The one over there?
The one at the bottom is hurt.
Get that short behind him and let it bang the ground.
Con save?
Yes, that roll. Yeah. So it would be 9 necrotic if it fails to save.
Fails.
Oh, nice. Alright, so yeah, everybody, bong! And this thing, it grabs its head and it's like, ah! And blood is like coming out of its nose and its mouth. Still standing there.
Jesus. They just took 20 damage and it's still standing.
Anything else?
Why did we agree to this?
Can't really do anything else. I like where I'm standing right now. So no, that's it.
Alright, they all come in and they are like smashing their swords against their shields, creating all this ruckus and raising up the crowd's energy. The one is right in front. Okay, hold on 1 second. Alright, the one in front of the cat is gonna swing its scimitar, do a shield bash. Let's see.
Opportunity attack.
Yeah, which one do you want to do? Actually, the bottom one will go first. So roll that first. Okay. Alright, so 2 on the cat, 2 on Thomas, 1 on Cori. Okay, 18, natural 20, 11, and 23.
Why does roll 20 hate us?
The three of those hit, right? Alright, I'm gonna roll them separately.
Are the first two on me?
All 4 of those are on you.
Oh, good. Yeah, 3 of them hit.
Okay, 7 slashing, 6 blunt, 3 blunt.
I'm back as me.
Heavens.
And 3 rollover, right?
Yes.
Alright, so 2 on Vath. Sword, shield, sword, shield.
Vath or Thomas?
Thomas, I'm sorry.
Oh my god, there's not 2 next to me.
17, 14, miss and miss.
Oh, I think he's got 13.
Yeah, but I think you said that 5 and that 6 both missed.
Two now, one's over.
Okay, so 7 slashing and 4 blunt damage to Thomas. 11 total.
The shield bash in the scimitar?
I'm sorry?
The shield bash in the scimitar hit me?
You tell me. 17 and a 14. Your AC is 13? Yeah, both of those hit.
I'm down.
Okay. And then 1 against Cori. Alright, 21 and 11. Okay. Alright. Yeah, so they all come charging in with these ferocious battle cries, and it's just cling, 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 boom, boom, you know, and the crowd is just like, wow, they're going crazy. Thomas, death save at advantage. You get to add your D4 also. It won't make a difference.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Oh, that's a fail.
Alright, Belfyre, you're up.
It's going lovely. I'm going to
Do something else.
I'm also enough to fix all this. So getting to right. Actually no. Going right over here. And I'm going to cast I'm going to use my ice breath. And this one. So it's a 50, yeah, it's a 15-foot cone. And this one. And let's see how it goes. Fuck. Something here.
That'll fail.
Oh, they both fail. Alright.
There's another one, third one. It's,
Yeah.
I can do things there.
What? It's a 15-foot cone? Yeah, it won't hit the third one.
Yes. Why not?
It only goes 15 feet, 3 squares.
You want? Okay. Yeah, I couldn't go over there. Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I failed. I'll take 7 damage. Awesome. That's good.
Try.
Okay, cool. Very cool. They're both get covered in this frosty stuff, and you see like little icicles and frost gathering, like hanging from their nose and chin and stuff.
Yep, that's it.
Alrighty. Vath, you're up.
I'm gonna bash this guy with my hammer.
Alright, roll up.
I don't even think the extra D4 is gonna help here.
Who knows?
It's a 13 total.
13.
Yeah, that's a miss. They block it with their shield. Blank. And he's dead. Anything else?
Just sigh again, and that's it.
Alright. Cat, you're up. Or Dara.
Okay, so I'm going to summon my bear spirit totem.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it, I think, here. And I think all of my allies. Let me just double check. So I guess I just want to make sure I'm not gonna
No worries.
rush the enemy. Yeah, okay. So everyone within 30 feet gets temporary hit points equal to 7, so that's 5 plus my druid level. And you can advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
It's in, what did you say, within 30 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, put the token wherever you want.
Here.
You should be able to move it.
I guess it doesn't super matter. That's fine. So all allies get 7 10 hit points.
Awesome.
So, do I...
Thomas is gonna wake up.
Yay!
That's a bonus action, so as my action, I'm gonna produce a flame and like smash it into this asshole's face.
Alright. You roll a disadvantage. Because it's a melee.
Yeah. I'm just gonna like hold it in my hand, like.
But it's a range. It's a range spell attack, right?
I guess so. Well, fine, then I'll just place him with the scimitar and see if that.
Okay.
You can do it!
Hopefully.
That totem is awesome. That's huge. So everybody pay attention to that, okay?
Oh no. Okay. I think that it's not doing the damage right for the start. That's -1, but it's a finesse weapon, right?
Yeah, so you can use Dex on that.
So that's gonna be the whole 3 points of damage.
3 points. Okay. That's enough. Yeah, this thing gets distracted by the totem popping up, and you slash at it, and it's and it drops.
That's actually good.
Anything else?
Yeah.
All right. You said nothing else, right?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, cool. Cori, you're up.
I'm attacking the one that's been damaged with my rapier.
All right, a blue dot. Go for it. That's a hit. Add your sneak damage because you have a perfect. There you go.
Great.
Yeah, this thing looks pretty hurt, but it's still standing. But you go a lunge forward and, you know, you go and stab over Tom's prone body. And you catch this thing in its torso. Anything else?
I'm only first level, so no bonus actions right now.
Alright, Nexan, you're up.
Okay. I'm afraid I have to put my hit points in the pool, so I'm going to move through Cori's space because I can. And between those two. And I'm gonna...
Hold on, one's gonna take an attack of opportunity against you. The one that's hurt really bad. As you go...
Oh, yes.
Right,
Yes,
so,
sorry, I've overlooked.
no worries. Yeah, it swipes at you with its scimitar.
Okay, I see 16. Let me check. Yes.
Ooh, and it hits. Four points of slashing damage. It catches you right across the arm as you try and squeeze through it. You know, the area.
That's fine. Because I love that guy so much, he gets told with that.
The one that's already hurt, right?
Yeah, the one that hit me.
Bang.
Yeah, 9 points of damage.
Alright. And it drops to the floor and it's like convulsing.
Cool. That guy's already out? Okay. That's good. Yeah, that's my turn.
You're ready? Alright, I go. Okay, both of the two on top, we're going to focus on Nexan. And then the one next to Dara is going to attack her. I think all of those miss.
That's it?
Yeah, so they're all just like, you know, trying to swing at you, and you're like ducking and dodging and jumping over blades and using your size to your advantage.
Ah, you're not you, one of yours.
Alright, and then I know one hit. Do both of those hit? Dara?
Both of those hit. Yeah.
Okay.
Here we got those 10 hit points.
Alright, 5 points of slashing and 3 points of blunt damage. Alright, Thomas, you're prone, but you are up.
Alright, half movement to stand up.
Alright.
I still have bless.
Yes.
Oh, I need to make a concentration check.
Oh, okay.
What was the damage?
DC's gonna be DC's
what
10.
was the attack of opportunity? He only did 4 points. 4 points of damage.
Yeah, so DC 10 on that. Alright, you make it. Alright, Thomas, you stand up and you go to stab one of these things and miss.
Yeah, 12 total with bless.
Yeah, it's a miss.
Bonus action.
That's a hit?
Yes.
Yeah, so you use your pole arm and you knock its shield out of the way, and then you come with an uppercut and you kind of hit this thing on the inside of its thigh. And it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Anything else?
And
Alright. Belfyre.
So I'm really tempted just to insult Oblivion, but I'm not going. I'm just gonna look at this one right here next to Dara and just call it, "You little piece of rotten cabbage."
Alright, you shoot it, and you get a really nice shot. And this thing, crossbow bolt gets embedded into its torso.
Good hit.
Still standing.
Yes.
Alright, end turn.
Yeah. Vath, are you here?
Yeah.
You're up.
Alright, I'm going to go to this dude and whack him with the hammer.
Alright, roll up. Yeah, it sees you coming and it turns around as you come down with that hammer and it crashes against its shield. And it's like, it looks at you.
I'm just gonna grin at it and stare into it and stare straight into his eyes with my pupilless eyes. Try to creep him out.
Alright. He stares back at you and scrunches his forehead. Dara, you're up. Alright, roll up.
Nice, good hit.
Yeah, as this thing is staring back at Vath and making its little funny face, Dara takes advantage and slashes across its back. It looks back over his shoulder and it's like, oh, and it falls.
Yes.
Anything else?
Shoot down.
Take that, jerk face.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Alright, Cori, you're up.
Okay, I am going to try to finish off the wounded one.
Okay, roll up.
Not today.
Yeah, you go to stab at it and it just kind of like bounces back and deflects very easily.
Cori.
Bless.
How do you... Oh, no, he's adding the blast. I want to know how he's adding.
If you go to that little gear at the very back on the character sheet,
Yeah.
a checkbox, all those checkboxes for global modifiers. You can click that on it and you can put in things like Rear Bless, sneak attacks, and stuff like that.
Oh, that's awesome. Look at that.
And it'll just roll it as you roll.
Yeah, we're all new at Roll20 here, so if anybody's watching, all three of you out there, thank you for tuning in. If you know anything about Roll20, feel free to drop a comment. Alright, anything else from you? No, right? Nexan's up.
Not yet.
Alright, Nexan, you're up.
Oh, sorry, was muted. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay in this place right where I am, and I'm gonna do the help action for Thomas.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I'm gonna do the help action for Thomas. So
Oh,
he
yeah.
gets advantage on that wounded goblin.
Oh, okay, alright. Alright, so yeah, I guess you're just trying to distract them, I guess. Hey, look at me, buddies.
Right.
Alright,
Right.
sounds good. Alright, there you go.
And
Alright, since you're distracting, both of them are going to focus on you. So, sword and shield on Nexan from both of them.
one shield hits.
Yeah, only one hit. out of all those.
Your luck's making up for earlier.
Alright, 6 points of bullet damage. You're just too quick for these two. And you're using their momentum against them, and they're like running into each other like a really bad comedy skit.
We should have had Nexan in the earlier fight.
Alright, Thomas, you're up.
All the fights.
All the fights. Next time the cleric gets to join the battle. I know you don't want to be in the fight. You wanted to go do sneaky rogue shit. I got it.
Thomas, you're up.
I still have advantage.
Yeah.
Cool. Howard comes down.
Alright.
Nice.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I'm targeting.
Alright, you slash at it, you catch it good. It's still standing.
And bonus action is this my advantage?
No advantage. No, it's just for the next one, yeah.
Attack only.
Oh, nice hit.
Nice.
Did the same damage with either end.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, so you go and you slash at this thing, it turns around, tries to knock your halberd out of the way, and then you come swinging around with the butt end and catch it across the face. It spits out blood. It just looks at you and it spits at you and it's still standing though. Alright, Belfyre, you're up.
Okay, so we have all those standing. I just want to finish it when I'm home. I'm gonna stay where I am. I'm gonna attack right here. Got a nice little shot at this one.
Alright, roll up.
3 piercing damage.
Alright, yeah, you shoot at it and you catch it right in its calf. It has the bolt sticking out of its leg and it looks at you and it's still there though.
Oh look, you already look taller.
Anything else?
No.
Alright, Vath, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna charge to this guy and thwack. Hey!
That's a hit.
That's an actual hit, guys.
Yeah, so you angrily walk up, and this thing, you can see it's like trying to fend itself off from everybody, and you like kind of like do a feint, you know, with the hammer, and it raises its shield, and then you come swinging around and give it like a big uppercut, and you just knock this thing in its chin, and it falls to the ground.
Oh my god, I killed another thing.
See you later.
Yay! Anything else?
Still 5.
No, that's it. I
Alright.
really gotta level up after this.
Dara, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up here and shoot my crossbow at stuff.
Alright, roll up.
Darn.
Alright, yeah, you go and you shoot and it bounces off one of the shields and it goes, you see a bunch of people in the crowd, they duck and they're like, whoa! And it shoots past their head and lands into a tree somewhere in the distance.
I said
Anything else?
sorry! That's it.
Cori?
Okay, I'm gonna stop to this thing's side and then try to rapier it to death.
Alright.
AC 13 is not gonna hit though.
Yeah, so you go and you try and like stab at it and it takes a scimitar and just knocks it out of the way. Anything else?
I hope this isn't a repeat of the last one.
Anything else?
I was just gonna finish it. He's not hurt. That's it.
Alright, Nexan, you're up.
So, gonna pull up my sling and swing it around his helmet and pull it in his face. And I'm gonna use the help action for Thomas again.
Okay.
Give the the striker advantage.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, this thing is gonna like blindly slash at Nexan as it tries to knock that sling away, and then it's gonna disengage.
Oh shit, he's trying to run, guys.
He's disengaging from, where's he disengaging from?
From just disengaging in general. Does a 14 hit you, Nexan?
Nope.
Alright, it moves over there, and that's it for them. Thomas, you're up?
Is he yielding?
No.
Okay.
$16 hits.
It's an advantage from the halberds.
Okay, 20 hits.
And 11 damage.
Alright, anything else?
Yeah, bonus action.
Alright, roll your bless. Okay, yeah, that one, it winds up, it misses with the butt end. Anything else?
That's it.
Belfyre?
Come here, you little ankle biter.
Ooh!
Nat 20.
Yes.
Yeah, you shoot this thing right in the, like just below its sternum. And you can hear, like the blood in its breathing. It's definitely bleeding from its lungs. But it's still standing. It pulls the arrow out. It goes,
People, you still have the chance. And turn.
Alright, Vath, you're up.
So I'll run over here. Like, no running away. Back.
Alright. Roll it.
With 9 damage.
Yeah, that's enough. So it's like you run outside of the ring and jump on that crate. You turn around and jump off and whack this thing right in its head, and it drops.
There's a Superman punch in the face with the wire.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Awesome.
Excellent.
I did things to
Was that lethal damage?
We did?
Yeah.
No casualties.
We did, guys.
Yeah, so everybody they're like slack-jawed. Their mouths dropped, and everyone's like, oh my god.
How long does a temporary HP last for?
Until it's over, I'm gonna go ahead and heal Thomas.
Good idea. Very, very good idea.
He's celebrating. Yeah.
Right, it just falls over.
Eric, I'm gonna keep this concentration on Blesser, just in case anybody wants to try something.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah, so the medics all come in and they're tending to these people. Bloodclaw comes up to Vath on top. That was a really good hit there. I might be able to use your services as a bodyguard sometime. How can I get in touch with you?
There's not really a way to get in touch with me.
Oh, I like that. Man who's hard to find. Alright, no worries. I guess if you were interested in business, you'd let me know. But I respect that anyway. He's like, get everybody who owes coin, get them over here so I can pay you off. And then they start dragging these goblins to the edges and they're tending to them. And the people in the crowd in general, they kind of, they're kind of pissed because they all just lost a lot of money that round. And they start they start like just like kind of walking off. You know, they're like, they're like, all right, I guess that's it for tonight. You know, we'll let people know when the next one is. Got to keep it moving, you know. And that was that for now.
I yell in, what's our price money?
Oh, that's what I said. Come over here and collect it. Yes, whoever put money in, they get 50%. So there was like what, a 20 gold, a something and a something.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, so whoever just, you know, add 50% of whatever you gambled.
That was cool.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping an eye on Mr. Lord over there, making sure he doesn't leave.
Alright, go run over to him. Because him and his two ladies are actually starting to walk towards the cart. Alright, so you're gonna try and stop him from leaving, or like what's everybody doing?
Well, okay, the totem's gone. I'm gonna go with Belfyre.
I'm gonna stay over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna glue myself to Cori.
Alright.
I'm not stopping them. I'm just dusting very casually. Because you were saying, where is this wonderful place by the dot?
It's over by the meat house. Meet me tomorrow evening if you like. I'd love to buy you dinner.
That sounds wonderful indeed. What did you say it went today? Is it a meat house?
No, tomorrow at the mead house.
Okay. Okay. Very well. I'm gonna get out of his way and let them know. Just staring at the ladies. And to Dara, I'm just gonna say that was a waste of time.
Well, that's unfortunate. Are you gonna go try the meat house tomorrow?
I'm gonna give Cori the blessing of the trickster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'll wander off to the side with Nexan so that we can talk privately, but I'll ask him who's more important. Should I follow the medics or should I follow the half-orc?
Can't really tell, man. Can't really tell. I think the half-orc. Because he's the one who organized this today, and he's gonna, if he made any coin, he's gonna report back with it to his superior. I think.
Okay.
Alright, for experience points real quick. Everybody's gonna get 1,370 plus 100 experience points per level. So if you're first level, take an extra 100. If you're second level, take an extra 200.
So for me, I'm level 1, so it's 1470.
Correct. Yeah, everyone's gonna be third level after this.
Oh yeah, look at my book.
So pretty much I'm going to break up the groups into how they're going to be leaving. and then you let me know which group, if any, you'd like to follow.
I'd like to talk to Bloodclaw real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
If you do need to get a hold of me, or you have a job or anything, leave something around here. I'll check this place out. And if you need me, I'll find it. I don't know.
Let me get a persuasion check. He's like, all right, I'll definitely leave something here if I need you for something.
All right. I hope to get some work for you in the future. I'm not gonna follow anyone.
Alright, so those are the groups. Bloodclaw is really big buff dude, and the two guards with the clubs, kind of. That's one group. The medics and some women, that's another group. Then there's a bunch of little, thugs and hooligans is one group, and then the dark elves is one group, and the goblins is another group.
Well, when Bloodclaw and them leave, are they walking?
And they're with that dog too.
Right. That's what's important to me. Are they walking against the wind or the wind of their backs? Because I'm not going to follow them if my scent is going to be dragged to that dog.
Let me get a survival check from you. Yeah, that wind that's coming off the bay is way too strong, and it seems like they're gonna be upwind from you. But that's if they go straight to the beach. If they move westward at all, then obviously it's gonna change things up a bit for you.
Then I'll just take my sign, be patient, and follow them. I have advantage on stealth for now.
All right.
1 hour, yes.
What, the trickster thing?
Yes.
Okay, so Cori is gonna follow Bloodclaw. Who else is doing what?
Like, going home?
Well, Dara's suggestion, I guess I wanna go chit-chat with the medic.
Alright, what do you want to talk to them about?
Whatever you guys did to put those people back together after we were done was quite impressive. What are your methods?
Well, it's not too difficult when none of the damage is really lethal to begin with. They just need a little bit of bandaging up, really. Some smelling salts, a good slap in the face, and they're usually good to go. They'll be able to sleep it off and be fine in the morning.
That's nice. Sorry, go ahead.
Someone who's interested in herbs and healing myself, it seems like you have some very effective treatments in addition to slapping people in the face. So any tips or things you might give me, or might I observe some of your supplies?
Let me get a perception check at disadvantage from you.
Whoever at the advantage.
Oh. What's your nice room?
Yeah, he kind of leans forward and opens up the medical bag, and it just looks like a healer's kit to you. You know, you see some bandages, there's some solvents, there's smelling salts, like really basic stuff. And he's like, there really ain't much in here. You can go pick one of these up at the market for about 5 gold pieces.
I look through it and kind of like make some like, oh yes, sort of noises and say, thank you so much. I think I have some things in here that I don't have in my kit, so I'll have to go look into that.
Let me get a persuasion from you real quick to see if he goes to slap your hand away.
Well, I wasn't digging through it. I was just sort of
okay.
moving my head around and stuff.
Okay, yeah. So you look around. Yeah, doesn't look like anything special in there.
So I just say thank you for tipping the fighter. I think that's a very noble thing to do.
Yeah, it's good pay.
Wow, that too.
Who pays you for this?
Oh, that man right there. He points to Bloodclaw.
Yeah. You must really like this fight, so you guys do a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, you know, we pick up a little bit of jobs here and there. It helps pay for the drinks, you know.
Well, drink sounds good right now.
Yes, it does. That's where we're going. You're more than welcome to join us. We're going to be up by the southern docks area over there.
That sounds nice.
We might just.
All right. Anybody else doing anything?
Thomas is gonna dick around in the corner over here to go at with the guys. It's like, yeah, good fight. All that fun stuff.
Alright, cool. Yeah, the Dark Elves wind up leaving eventually with Battered Pride. The little hooligans, they wind up leaving too. Alright, so Cori, let me get a survival check and a stealth check from you. Alright. None of the humanoids notice you, but you can tell after a while that the dog has definitely caught on to you following. It doesn't know exactly where you are, but you can tell that it's picking up on you coming around. You want to continue following them or no?
I will take note of where I'm at. I'm too injured to get caught, so I will let them go from here. At least we have a starting point for the next time.
Alright, and what I'll do is I'll send you a PM with the general area where you break off following them, okay?
Okay.
Alright, Belfyre, Dara, anything?
I look at Belfyre and say, what do you think?
Drinks or home? I honestly don't think they have anything interesting, and they're just lucky.
Feels that way. Let's go have a drink at the guild.
That too.
Alright, so everybody leaves?
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Alright, so good game everybody. We'll end it here. You get back to the guild. You know, you speak with Burglecut and give him whatever information you want to. And he just says, you know, thank you all very much for doing this for us. Put as much information in the journals as possible and keep your ears out and eyes out for the next job postings. Alright, cool. And with that, we're going to end the game. So thank you all for showing up tonight. I hope you enjoyed this little hack and slash kind of one shot we have going on. And yeah, look forward to the next game. Hopefully this recording worked out. I guess I'll listen to it before I post it. And if I do post it, then I'll just put the link in there. Alright, awesome. Have a good night, everyone.
Yay!
Yay!
Good job, everybody!
Good job. Alright, good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.